So, a couple things before we do get started today, as we figure out how loud a potato chip is. Um, if you know someone who wants to play in a Gmeric game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about either getting into the campaign wait list for a campaign slot or getting into a one-shot, like the one-shot I have for Nerd Holla this coming Thursday. It's going to be a fun little time. We're going to have a light-hearted one-shot with her. She's a famous miniature painter here on Twitch. She does stuff for people like Felicia Day and other celebrities, so go check her out. And the sites for that are right on the front page of gmeric.com. We also have the Patreon over at patreon.com/gmeric. We did an announcement on there early last week, and thanks to the Patreon people, that announcement has been delayed going out to the public until about Wednesday, because they were very accepting of the announcement. The GM tip videos and archives are available over on YouTube, and we've got the reference site over at toivoarpg.com, so go check that out. We've got hundreds of articles on there for you guys, and more coming all the time. Now let's get you guys started, because we've got a lot to cover today, and daylight savings time sucks. Just saying. This is my yearly complaint about politics, and that's the one political topic I will cover. I hate it.
Yeah, I was wondering why I felt sleepy when I woke up. I forgot.
Yes.
My watch said, "Oh, it's 5 to 9. I don't have to worry about it yet." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, that doesn't seem right." So I grab my phone. My phone's like, "It's 10. It's 5 to 10." I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta get up."
This is the one topic that everyone hates. So yeah,
I like it when I get an extra hour of sleep. I hate it when I lose an hour of sleep.
I hate it both ways, man. It just jacks with me. All right. Well, you guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Most recently, you are out here in the land of Shu, having just departed Akru, as you have been working with Zalfriora to raise a sky island back into the air. After a daring escape aboard a sky skiff, you've managed to head in the direction of Lostmore. You've got a couple of hours before you arrive. Is there anything you guys would like to do aboard this beautiful little vessel as you sail through the clouds and wide open spaces? Mordrax, for the first time, is outside.
Mordrax is just taking it all in right now.
Jimmy's gonna point random things to him, like, "Look at that stream over there," and look at those trees. Those trees are kind of they're like tree-like and stuff. Look at the trees.
Mordrax doesn't know what trees are. He's never seen them.
I was literally about to be like, "What's a tree? What's a tree?" You start talking about all those things. I don't know what they are. I just read about them in the book.
See that? Those big tall green things. Those are trees.
Oh.
Yep. And you see those little green things? Those are bushes. And then you see those really, really short green things? That's grass.
We're like a mile up in the air. I don't know how you can see grass.
You can see it. Look.
We're flying over a forest. Are you seeing like?
It's you can. Excuse me. Hold on. I just realized I'm actually not in the game. Foolish me, so I can't click on it.
Yeah, I only have 4 out of the 5 of you in the game at the moment.
That'd be me. Whoops, silly breezy. What a silly Billy. Yes, roll 20. I am human.
What do those things do? What do those things do, Mr. General? Does it just happen?
They look pretty. I don't really know. Like, the people use the trees to build houses. Birds live in them. You know, like.
Somebody's house. Somebody's houses. Actually.
I mean, that's what the houses are.
Everybody,
People turn them into houses.
People live in those things?
No, you
live in trees?
You want to live in a tree? I'm a robot. No, what you do is you chop the tree down and you use what's made of wood. Like your bug whopper. Remember those guys who wanted to trade for wood?
Oh, yeah.
This is all wood. And Jimmy kind of expands his hands out.
Oh, man. Just to test some of this and go back to see those guys. Not.
I don't think they had anything worth that much. But yeah, wood is quite plentiful out here.
I see that. Seems like it's everywhere.
I mean, it's not everywhere, but it's a lot of places.
Yeah, see, look, there's grass. There's grass there, there. There's
probably just shrubberies and
Is
there.
ferns. It's probably not actual
What is
grass.
there a grass, Miss Blizzard?
No, it's grass.
You're saying you can see that
Yes,
from here?
yes,
How?
with my eyes.
Your eyes can see that's a blade of grass and not a fern or a shrub.
Yeah, because those right there, see those right there? Those are the ferns and shrubs. See?
We're in the clouds. How do you see that well?
Because I've seen this. Because the clouds weren't always here, and I could see them.
We didn't walk this way.
No, yeah, we did. Actually, the valley's over there.
Yeah, but you didn't see over here because
I did when we flew out.
yeah. And then we got the details. I have mechanical eyes and I can't even tell it's grass.
I don't forget anything. I remember every single thing I see.
Yeah, you're seeing a patch of green and you're calling it grass.
It's grass.
If it's not grass, it's making you eat it.
See, and see that stuff? That's the stuff on top of the mountains. That's snow.
Yeah, I'll make you eat that if it's not grass.
Well, maybe it's ice instead of snow, huh, Jimmy?
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the grass.
But
as you guys are bickering back and forth, Tummel's just standing at the front of the ship. His eyes are closed, and he's like, "Even I can see the grass right now, Jimmy. I can smell it on the air. I can feel the cool breeze from the snow on the mountaintops."
Listen, I'm not saying there isn't grass. I'm saying what Breezy pointed out to you, I don't think she could prove to be grass due to the height that we are at and the small detail that grass is comparatively to all the other vegetation that grows on the ground.
Double agrees
Might
with
be
me. That
right,
means I'm
Jimmy.
right.
What if
That
it's
means
all
I'm
It is
clover?
grass.
What if it's all clover?
Clover is a type of grass.
No, it's not. Clover. Grass is grass. Their names are even way different.
Nope. Tomo agreed with me. That means I'm right.
Dave's just gonna listen to this whole argument and just kind of just in the back, just smiling as everyone's arguing. And while he's flying, he'll ritual cast Find Familiar to bring Fritz back, and he'll just let Fritz kind of sit on his shoulder and let the just the wind and the breeze kind of flow through Dave's hair and Fritz's fur.
Fritz's demonically armored fur.
Yeah.
Understood.
But well, yeah. So how many? I think every single one of us took a dunk at the corruption at some point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then all that with all the fighting and all the crazy stuff we did. I'm imagining we're all pretty filthy because we have no showers.
Pretty
No.
clean.
I've definitely been cleaner.
Yeah, Jimmy's probably the only one who's relatively clean because he got his surface was retouched. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a buffing. So
Man. You think? Oh man, I can't wait to get back to Lostmore. Oh, I got so much to do. Lostmore? Oh, it's a little town outside of Akru, or the entrance to Akru. Actually, it's made up of. Yeah, they're nice. It's actually made up of descendants of people who used to live in Akru.
So the kobolds?
Did Breezy see any kobolds
No.
in Lostmore?
Negative.
yeah, I didn't think there were any kobolds.
Yeah, she shakes her head. No, they were all humanoids.
Okay.
Then she's gonna get
Well,
distracted.
that's
She's gonna
fine.
start examining the crystals for the boat.
To be clear, you're also the one driving the boat?
No,
No, Jimmy is.
Jimmy's driving the boat?
Jimmy,
Okay.
yeah, Jimmy was the one who was driving the boat when
Cool.
when we
Escaped.
Millennium Falconed out of the second Death Star. Yeah.
Which is, hindsight's a little scary because Jimmy's driving the boat and he's pointing at things to Mordrax as he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the boat is veering.
Jimmy's also 6.5 feet tall. So, I mean.
True. Very true.
So you guys will sail along for a couple hours, enjoying the wide open space and looking and arguing about plant life. With Fritz out, I have to ask, what is Fritz's opinion on the situation?
Fritz, throughout the trip and as the hours pass, he will obviously kind of move around days, maybe switching from shoulder to shoulder, going onto his head. But they'll pick up conversations, and ultimately Fritz is in Deus's head. He's going, for the love of God, for all the shit you've dragged me through, and all the shit we've been through, especially recently. I gotta say, and he's stretching and just moving around. It has been fun. It was fun. Deus will look back at Fritz and just acknowledge him in return. It was an interesting experience. And I believe the steps have been set in motion for us to finish what we started. And there is a brief moment where Fritz and Deus just kind of lock eyes. And it's weird because anyone who's looking at Deus is just staring into the eyes of this fair weasel, demon weasel. And they'll just nod at each other, and then Fritz will poof, disappear.
Wonder what he's up to.
Well, Breezy is currently like kind of half hanging off the side of the boat to try to look at the crystals in the bottom of the boat.
Yeah?
While it's running.
Awesome. So, half hanging over the side, let's get an athletics check, please.
Oh, shit.
It's not bad.
Okay, you're able to hold on and not fall over. Anyone who's watching will see how precarious you are currently dangling over the side.
Almost still got his eyes closed looking up the front of the ship. He's like,
Understood.
be careful, Breezy.
Hey, the crystals glow. I wonder why. Is it because of the mana running through them?
Mordrax is gonna come sit on her feet, try to help hold her down.
I wonder if there's heat coming off of them. She's gonna try to reach. I mean, the boat's not that big,
Right.
so she might be able to reach and touch one of the crystals.
Sure.
Um,
As you reach down and touch the crystal, you will be electrocuted. Please roll a Constitution saving throw. Or fall unconscious.
I said, be careful, Breezy.
Oh my god.
Well, thanks to the
So,
fact that
but-
Mordrax is currently sitting on your feet, you do not fall overboard unconscious to your death.
yeah, just Breezy's only response is to Tomo being careful is a "Bleh," and then she goes limp.
You hear like a bug zapper noise. Be careful, Brucey.
Mr. Turner! I think Miss Breezy is unconscious. Can you help me? I don't think I can push her up.
Yeah, Tomo will help you pull her back into the boat.
Oh man.
I don't know what she touched, but that was kind of funny, actually.
Oh my god. Oh, I missed Happy Breezy. She's so funny.
Yep. As the unconscious form of Breezy lays in the bottom of the boat.
Twitching.
Jimmy just kind of chuckles.
Oh my god. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
So what do you want to do about your unconscious friend? You just gonna leave her there, or you guys
Jimmy-
gonna do anything?
Jimmy's
And leaving her,
100%
like for the
ignoring.
record, leaving her here is absolutely, legitimately something you guys might do. Just
Jimmy
saying.
100% is just ignoring her. He's like, deserves it, and keeps carrying the boat.
Mordrax wouldn't be like that. Mordrax would come over and try to wake her up and be like, "Miss Breezy, you gotta stop throwing that stupid shit."
This Mordrak's entire existence is he is the smelling salts.
Yeah, you wake up to the stench of Mordrak's breath in your face.
Uh,
I just put my finger underneath your nose.
Not in it, not in her
Ew.
nose.
No,
Uh,
not in it, just underneath it. unless she's got a booger hanging, then he might try to pick it.
What? Oh, wow. What happened?
I don't know, but whatever it was, you shouldn't do it again. Miss Breezy, you really gotta stop that stupid shit.
And for
Wow.
as a GM, I kind of want to make you forget something because of this.
A little bit of brain damage never hurt anybody.
Right.
Hold on. Where's the bless thing? I put the bless thing on because we were using it, and then I gotta turn it off.
In Beyond 20. Should be right there in the very beginning of Beyond 20.
Digital dice, more options. Anyways, she sits up and shakes her head. No, and I mean, considering we haven't taken a bath in like 3 weeks, like, yeah, her hair is kind of matted. It's kind of gross, but she's gonna be like, wow, I didn't realize it was just a actual live mana current running through the crystals. Which I suppose makes sense. Huh. But those are fuel sources, and that means, she then cocks her head the other way. She's thinking about it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. And she's gonna pull out a piece of paper and she's gonna start drawing on it. Not with the inks, but just like her normal arcane quill.
Sure.
Which is actually a class feature that she has. She can always pull a pen out of nowhere and start writing with it whenever she wants. She's never had an opportunity to use it before, but she's gonna start doodling and just start trying to chart how magic crystals that enable. Just to be clear, is it the crystals that are they the things that are providing the lift?
You're unsure.
Well, she's gonna try to figure that out. She's gonna do that by trying to touch the crystal. I'm just kidding.
That'd be
Mordrak,
hilarious.
did you have to wake her up? It would have been a nice, quiet landing if you just let her like twitch on the floor.
I'll remember that for next time, I promise.
Thank you, sir.
Because it's gonna happen again. You know what we're doing.
So, how would you determine how this skyship functions while aboard the skyship?
Magic.
I'm open to that. What magic?
Well, you know what? I actually do have spell slots left over.
Yeah, I'm actually looking in to see if I could help Breezy with this. I'm like, what can I do to help her?
Well, no, actually, I'm pretty sure I can. Because I have borrowed knowledge. I have proficiency in a chosen skill. So I choose one skill in which I lack proficiency, and I gain proficiency. So there, bam.
Okay.
And then on top of that, on a cast, I have 1/5 level slot left over, and then that's the first one isn't but concentration. And then on top of that, I cast skill empowerment on myself, which gives me expertise in a skill.
Awesome.
that I'm proficient with. So basically, she's gonna give herself expertise in, I don't know what skill would apply to trying to figure out how a flying ship works. Magical engineering.
Okay.
I'll do that.
It's kind of like mechanical engineering, except
Magical
it's
aerospace engineering.
magic. Yeah.
I temporarily have certification from Lockheed Martin to determine how this skyship works.
But yeah, she's gonna do that, and she's going to try to start figuring out how this ship works.
I love the fact that Mordrex didn't say anything when we said that.
I kept quiet. I heard it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send me math gibberish so I can pretend I know what I'm talking about.
All right, so let's get your skill check, sir, for Breezy.
Well, I'm assuming it's going to be an intelligence
Of course.
roll, and then with expertise. Can I just roll history because it'd be a plus
That's
13,
fine.
and I don't want to actually create the skill. It's the equivalent of this one. So, ooh,
With a 32, you can figure out exactly how this functions, and the crystals are connected to the ley lines in Toivoa and are repulsed by them.
oh,
Thus, you guys will get more propulsion if you're over one, as opposed to distant from one. So, if you were able to track where the ley lines were in Toivoa, you'd be able to get faster transportation.
It'd be like a highway system.
Exactly.
she's realizing, and she's looking at she's looking excitedly at the piece of paper, then like over the boat, like at the ground, and then back at the paper, then over the boat again. Okay, so this is. I'm assuming there have been a lot of ley lines that have been charted because that's like the normal like humantic like
In
magical
certain
stuff.
areas, yes, but remember, Toivoa's a big place, and civilization is only in certain areas.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're in the middle of Lostmore, so like
You're far away from any really mapped areas.
and she's gonna turn to the others and just say, "Good news."
What's that, Breezy?
I said good news. Oh, sorry, it's, you guys cut out right at
No,
I said
no one responded at
Oh.
first.
I said good news.
What's that?
This boat isn't this slow usually.
Okay.
See, the crystals at the bottom, they resonate with ley lines. They're repulsed by them. So this boat would actually go a lot faster if we were flying over a ley line.
Line.
Ley line. Yeah. So the Mardrax. So ley lines are basically giant underground. It's kind of like a river. See those streams of water?
Mhm.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
that, except with magic and underground.
So, like the place where this came from?
No,
No.
no. It's not like a actual tunnel. It's like a current of energy. Here, she's gonna start. Like she gets her shirt, and she starts like we're up in the sky. She starts rubbing her fist against her shirt, building up a static shock. And then she's gonna reach out and touch Mordrax's shoulder.
You're on a wooden boat. Wait. You're on a wooden boat, and you're going to try to generate static electricity.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how I don't
This
know how
doesn't work.
static works.
This doesn't work. You're basically grounded at the moment.
She could theoretically stand on her shield and try it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I failed physics when it came to the electric, like the equations and gravity and all that stuff. That was easy. the actual like parts that were like electricity, ohms, and all that stuff, I actually failed. I went from having an A to having a D.
Oh,
Yeah, the first semester was fine. Second semester, oof. So I don't know how electricity works. Like I never could understand it.
yeah. If you try this while you're on a boat that's made of wood, it ain't happening. Unless,
well, it's
now you do it on a boat that's made of metal and you're standing out on deck. Yeah, absolutely, this works 100% of the time.
well, it's a good thing I have prestidigitation. So she's gonna use prestidigitation to shock Mordred.
Understood. Mordrax, you've been hazed by Breezy.
See,
Ow.
that was it. See, that was that. Ow! No. Look, I'm trying to demonstrate how energy works. See, did you see the little spark?
Yeah, that's her. Every finger.
Yeah, that's energy moving from me to you. So the ley lines are kind of like that, except a bajillion times bigger and underground. And they move from one spot of power to another.
I don't think I like those ley lines.
Well, you can actually do a lot of really neat things with them, especially if you build on top of them.
Why would you want to build on top of something that's gonna zap you? I don't know.
Well, they don't zap you. You can harness the magic to do all sorts of cool stuff.
But you just said that the ley lines was like the zap that you just zapped me with.
Well, it's energy. So, like, I could use this energy to zap. See, the energy is moving from me to you. But like, if someone was really smart and was living on top of between like tip of my finger and your shoulder, they could absorb that energy and use it to, I don't know, be like an ant Superman or something. I don't know.
Mordrak's is gonna lean over at Jimmy and be like, "Is she crazy? Did she get zapped too much?"
I believe.
Okay, Rosa, that sounds great.
I know, right? And then she's gonna go back to scribbling.
Just sating the girl. God dang.
That's all she wants. She just wants people to tell her she's smart.
I believe this
It's
is
funny,
the equivalent of yes, dear, and smile and nod.
Yeah, no, that's literally all she was. And Mordrak is the first one to discover how to handle Breezy. Just
I'm trying to find you something.
Yeah, man, I missed Happy Breezy, man. She's fun.
Generally, you've been granted inspiration.
Thank you.
Granted inspiration for having to put up with me. Thank you.
For you regaining consciousness.
Cool.
Oh god, my internet's still cutting in and out. I gotta call Spectrum. This is getting annoying. Yeah, I guess we start heading towards Lostmore. Then?
Yep. So, as you guys begin the descent towards the small village, you're able to come on down through the ravine. I do need a skill check from Jimmerly to make his way down through the very narrow passage here.
Making this
guidance.
Uh-oh.
Guidance.
I just realized. Guys, remember when we were going through Lostmore and I asked them how come no one ever just climbs down from the top of the valley?
No.
Well, you weren't there, Mordrax.
Oh,
Yeah, there was some kind of creatures, right?
the bird things, the vultures.
I think it was implied that those vultures weren't. There was bigger, meaner things than those vultures. Those vultures weren't that bad.
Yeah.
We'll come down from an angle.
Yeah, Breezy's looking around nervously because she just kind of used all her magic, learning how to make boats.
Yep.
I rolled a 27 to bring it in. So
Awesome. Cool. You bring it down without seeing any threats, which is not what you expected. But you're able to descend all the way down into Lostmore.
yeah, it's been a while since we've been here.
Are those houses made out of woods?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all you might remember, like the trees.
Uh-huh. So, yeah.
Hey, there's the boat. Yeah. wood is really plentiful. It grows a lot, and it's very strong, and it's easy to, well, easy-ish to manipulate. Like, so people use it to build homes and stuff.
From Mordrax's perspective, this is the equivalent of having a city made of gold.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
El Dorado.
There must be lots of people here.
It's only a village of like a couple hundred, right,
Mhm.
Eric?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, that's
I
a
mean-
lot for Mordrax.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was just making sure. Breezy kind of shrugs. I think there's only like 100 or 200 people here. It's actually pretty small.
Mordrax's gonna pull up his hands and start trying to figure out how many that is, knowing that it's way more than how he's got fingers and toes, but
It's
not how
10
many.
tens.
10 tons. What's 10 tons? Okay, 10 tons. So remember, I got this many, and then I got this many. Wow, that's a lot. Okay.
Listen, I'm not waiting this long. Jimmy says he starts getting off the skiff and walking up to the shack.
Yep. You are greeted as you disembark by Zalfriora. Wow, you've returned. This is phenomenal. It's a beautiful skiff. Wow. Welcome. Are you safe? Your goodness. You are eye-wateringly stinky.
I'm sorry.
What is that? What is that creature?
Which one?
I'm Mordrax.
Hello,
found him.
Mordrax.
Hello.
He,
Hello.
yeah, we
Is
found
he
him while we
safe?
were. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
nice.
Outside of the smell, he's
I
saying.
don't think he's very safe.
He's mostly domesticated.
He smells like a mix of broccoli and rotten eggs with sulfur
That's
added in.
Yeah,
I worked very hard on that.
that sounds very right. Our crew's
Worked
always
very hard on that. God dang it.
We likely wouldn't have made it out of there alive without his help.
Breezy just nods emphatically.
I didn't even really make it out alive.
Well,
What
That's
is that?
that's Mr. Zulu. That's Mr. Zulu.
Shimmerly Adlerman has become a construct.
Yeah.
Mr. Zulu.
I'm
Never
not
come
right.
to Mr. Zulu.
Are you okay, Jimmerly?
It depends what your definition of okay is.
I'm concerned for your sanity.
I mean, I have Breezy here, and my sanity's been in question since we left.
Uh-huh.
That's rude.
True though.
Where's Merlot?
Breezy,
Breezy would love to
frowns.
explain that one.
he was grabbed by an ooblex, and then he just kind of vanished. We don't know what happened to him. We think he's still alive, but we're not sure.
Oh, goodness. That's a horrible fate. And you didn't find a body.
Breezy shakes it. No, we killed the ooblex. It was. He pauses, as their eyes start going back to that 1,000-yard stare. It had grabbed everyone except me, and I had to free everyone.
So there was
But we were
only
able to-
one Ooblex?
The one that grabbed us all, yeah, there might be others.
Could there have been a second one that grabbed Merlot?
We tried finding him, but we couldn't find him. I mean, if I remember the map correctly, it was a bunch of little channels, and that was the only like big pool of corruption.
That you guys explored.
I mean, didn't we? I think we explored that whole map.
You did not go to the east.
We went
What?
east, we didn't go west.
You guys went west, you didn't go east. So, yeah, There could have been a second Uvlex.
Are we even real, Eric?
There could have been a duplex. I don't know.
I'm not going to comment, are you real? I'm going to let that little seed of doubt rest in your minds for as long as you want.
I think Jimmy's way past that at this point.
You're welcome to think that.
The other side, he's like, you know what's weird? Not wanting to stretch after sitting in that skiff for so long. So
Huh.
used to wanting to stretch my legs out and things. I just don't have that feeling anymore.
She reaches out to touch your skin. May I?
Sure.
And
We didn't
she
even ask, we just did
bumps. How did this happen?
Well, let's see. So Akru is full of corruption and flesh bending, transmuting, eating, all sorts of just gunk. Well, we came across this golem, very pretty golem, made of metal I've never seen before. And as I touched it, it invoked some sort of magic upon me. And my bones started turning into crystalline, like a emerald or jade crystalline structures. And essentially I was dying at that point. And I mean, we went through and we fought some stuff. We killed a couple big demons. We killed some demigod. I called himself a demigod.
Yeah, I got his eyeball. What's up?
Yeah, more than his eyeball. And then we came across
She
Seshia, the goddess of
looks
nature.
down at this eyeball. Disgusting.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. I'm surprised I didn't smash the eyeball open, to be fair. But Seshia gave me a couple extra days to live, and
Seshia.
we,
Like
the goddess of nature. Yeah, her.
That's
who?
just really cool.
The Seshia, the goddess of nature.
I'm unfamiliar with Seshia.
Well,
I
so
know
was I.
Fufflins and Hana and Lingle,
It's just their mama.
the
Yeah.
mama.
Mm-hmm. Those are her kids.
Well, that's news.
Her,
Those
her,
really good.
her avatar and temple were an Akru.
An avatar of a goddess.
Yeah. So she said. I don't. She allowed me to live 2 extra days. So I mean, like, I had no reason to think she was lying.
They were a big green crystal too, didn't she?
Yeah, and then Jimmy Earl he'll reach into his little tux vest and pull out the shard of Seshia's sight, and he'll let Software look at it and be like, this was infused by her.
Interesting. Wow. You've had quite the adventure. What else happened down there?
Well, we came across the forge where I guess the constructs were built. And considering I had about 10 minutes left to live and there was one open I guess chamber, coffin, whatever you want to call it, I decided, well, if I have a chance to live, this is it. So I climbed into that and I came out like this.
Goodness gracious, that's disturbing.
We had to kill this big mechanical eyeball too.
Yeah, we did do that too. So that I could live.
Morjax, would you mind putting that first eyeball away? It's kind of gone gray and slimy.
Oh, sure. He'll put it back in his bag of clothing.
Yeah. It's If you guys have ever left meat inside of a fridge for several days without having it sealed in plastic, you know that gray slime that forms on the outside of it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something though.
What else did you discover down there?
Breezy probably discovered some stuff with all the talking and everything else she's doing. I don't know. A lot of it was beyond me. I'm not that smart.
Breezy?
Well, yeah, Breezy, she was just waiting patiently for Jimmy to, explain his trauma. But then she's going to reach into her pocket. Well, the funny thing is, we actually found the bounding shard. That was actually one of the first things we found. She says as she pulls the bounding shard out of her pocket, she just had it in there this whole time.
Software's eyes widen. You found one. Oh, this is a relief.
Yes.
It was only a legend as far as I knew. I was sending you down there trying to find it, and I'm thankful you did.
Yeah, like I said, it was one of the first things we found. Only took us like 2 days.
If it only took you 2 days, why didn't you just return?
Because we had to go deeper because there was more stuff to find.
Like what? What did you find?
We found a celestial named Sorath and a skyship.
Oh, is
Sorath
he here yet?
lives?
Yeah.
Yeah, we told him to come here. Oh no, I guess he hasn't made it yet.
Sorath, the scourge of the skies, lives.
Well, he didn't put that part of his name up, but he was kind of just like this grumpy old man. And we convinced him to
Sorath
leave
is
his
a
boat.
legendary pirate and smuggler.
He's a pirate?
Zorath lives, yes.
Oh,
His
goodness.
ship is
He wasn't
still
wearing-
stuck in Acro.
He wasn't wearing a tri-corner hat. How was I supposed to know that he was a pirate?
He wasn't wearing a tricorn hat. That makes him not a pirate. What the hell?
It's a Breezy that makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. It does make sense to Breezy.
Listen,
Sorry for being late. I didn't realize that you guys had the change in the daytime life savings.
Get with the program, non-American.
God damn it.
Jimmy goes,
For the record, guys, that I've stated before, the only political topic that I will ever discuss is my hate for daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Jimmy's gonna go like, well, what was I supposed to do with him? He'd been trapped in Akron for 2,000 years. Whatever crimes he had previously committed, I'm pretty sure he has been punished for them. Judge him and smash his brains against the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
The statute of limitations has expired on all his crimes.
I don't believe so.
Jimmy's gonna look at her and go, for one who has reservations about justice, you were very quick to suggest that I smash his face in.
There's no term of limitations on murder.
I don't know the laws there. He sat there for 2,000 years.
He was kind of grumpy, but he wasn't like terrible. He was just. I mean, he was a little mean, but he wasn't like in that grumpy old man kind of way. Not in a I'm a kill you and eat you kind of way. All the monsters were kind of like
How many
that.
pirates have you met, Breezy?
I've read about them.
Well, here's Al. How about this? He comes back up. We have any proof that he did murder, I'll send him to hell.
That'll be difficult considering he's a celestial.
Oh no, it won't be difficult. Jimroli has like 5 or 6 mauls along like his waistline, and he taps the one that's just pitch black, and goes, "No, Zal, it will not be."
Yeah, I got the teeth from that time too.
May I?
Yes.
I'm sorry to kind of bring things out. Would anybody can you just catch me up to what happened so far, just quickly, if that's okay?
Jimroli
Yes.
kind of gave his spiel about how he became a warforged, and
Backing up before that,
Mordrax.
But backing up before you guys arrived in Lostmore, you guys flew around in a ship. We pointed out plants, argued about grass, and then Breezy electrocuted herself.
There's that too, yes.
Wait,
That
how
is-
did she electrocute herself?
That is a perfect description of what happened, actually.
Touching the crystals.
Of course she did. She did this. Okay, fine.
No.
So we
she
find
reached, she was hanging over the side because she wanted to look at the crystals while they're running, and then
Yeah.
she touched it and got shocked unconscious. And
Oh,
luckily,
beautiful.
Mordrax was holding on to her, so she didn't fall off the side of the boat.
And we are now where exactly in Lostmore?
You know, we're on the dock, I think.
They
You
have a
just
dock?
landed. You just landed right there next to the boardwalk.
Yeah, we're in the stream.
Oh, yeah. Lumia looks. It's like shouldn't. I would rather not have this conversation here out in the open. There's so much for us to discuss, and a lot has happened, Zalfriora. A lot of things that we need to talk about.
I want to take a bath.
Deus will finally
Indeed.
pick up. Agreed. I hate to be
Yeah.
crazy, but we do smell like shit.
We've been.
Bath.
How long has it been? I somewhat lost track of time. We need to rest.
Couple of hours.
No, I mean it's
Since we
been like
first
2
left
plus
la-
weeks.
since-
Oh,
last
weeks
season,
since
yeah,
you left.
weeks.
Yeah.
And you can see one of 6 of us came and
Yes, they
different
said
6
that
came back.
they said that Merlot went missing and you were unable to find him during a combat with at least one Ublex.
Well, yes, there are definitely more down in Acro. Anyway, is any of you? Do you guys? Is Doji still around? Is this? Can we go to his home?
Doji has departed. His home is available, and we
Okay.
can go there and rest. We have
Well-
someone you should meet when you have recovered.
Sure.
Someone who'd like
Fine.
to assist you on your journey. He's seeking purpose.
Interesting. Yeah, she looks at Zalfriora and kind of our purpose. I would like to discuss our purpose. But let's go. And Lumi kind of picks up her stuff and kind of
Yeah.
just looks at the others and just kind of starts slowly making her way towards the Doji's residence.
Hold on a second. Breezy's gonna
She stops.
she's gonna hop down onto the boat, and just because she's a little silly, she is going to tie. I'm assuming the boat is tied to the dock.
You can easily tie it.
She's gonna tie it, and well, because she's a wizard. Wizards have to maintain their secrets. She's going to cast arcane lock on the knots of the
Okay.
rope,
Sure.
and she's going to set the password. Hold on. Let me actually get the password for you.
Sure.
Mhm.
Thank you for remembering to
Then,
put a password so that you guys can actually disengage the lock.
Rem-
She's whispering to the rope. You know what? I'm gonna keep this password secret just so it's fun for later.
Yeah. Cast, somebody should cast alarm with it as well in the boat and have it the thing to be in.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'll just do a quick ritual cast of alarm around the boat.
I can't do the noise. Beep, beep, like the
Yeah, you click the clicker and the thing is. Oh yeah, alarm
All
is on.
you newfangled people with newfangled cars from this century, just saying.
Hey, we could put a wheel lock as well if you want one of the mechanical ones. Yeah,
You just need a car like mine, and no one's ever going to break into it.
exactly. I bet.
yeah. The funny thing is, Breezy's being very silly because all she did was cast arcane lock on a rope. All a person has to do is go Alexander the Great on it and just cut it.
Exactly, I know.
It's it's in Breezy's mind.
It's secure.
He's the most secure black lock in the world right now.
Yeah. It's like the club for cars. You just cut the club and you're done.
Yeah, and then after she casts the lock, she's just gonna excitedly, climb back up the boardwalk and start, I'm not gonna say sprinting towards, Doji's house, but that fast walking. She's excited. She
Sure.
wants to take a shower because this is gross.
Okay.
We're gross right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm. Doji's house doesn't have plumbing.
Well, a bath.
A
There's the water right
prestidigitation
there.
bath again.
Jump in the stream.
There's the stream. There's the river.
He doesn't have a bathtub.
You'd have to carry the water.
Well, it's a good thing I literally have. Actually, that was the very first spell she ever cast. It was shape water to put out the
Shape
fires. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Um.
So it'll be many castings of shape water to move.
No, it's
move the
5
stream
foot.
every 5 feet.
It's
Yeah, but how close is the river to the house?
you change the
You change the flow. You can change the water to soft flow.
Oh,
The
is it?
house will have many
Hold on.
castings.
I have another. Where's the other? Create or destroy water.
That will be better. You just have to find a way to warm the water.
No, she
Well,
can
you
be
can use-
lukewarm water.
You could use prestidigitation to warm up the water. I think.
Very
Possibly. I
slowly.
haven't tried.
Yeah.
Or
lot
I could
of
just make a.
pressure.
Or I could just make a fire.
Yes. Under the tub.
I'll just cast heat metal on the tub.
Heat metal on the tub. That'd be great. We're going to boil a breezy.
But does Doji
Love
have a
right?
bathtub?
Would Doji have a bathtub?
I
I
don't
would
know.
assume so. Yeah.
Yay. Anyway, she's gonna be she's gonna be like looking back, making sure she's in the lead, getting to the top.
Okay.
Oh, there's no problem. Lumi will. She's looking forward to see how you're gonna heat up the water and everything else, and she's also looking forward to kind of freshen up, I suppose.
Cool.
Well, I guess the two girls would probably go first then, but yeah, Breezy will actually once we get there, she'll actually go about like using create water and shape water to get the water into the tub, and then she would get a little fire going underneath it with prestidigitation.
Okay.
And that's how she would heat it up.
Awesome. Now the question is, why do you need to shape water after you create it?
Because creating water only makes 10 gallons.
Okay.
Though I guess I can upcast it. Can you upcast it? Yeah, you can actually. So with all of her second level slots, that'd be 20 gallons, and then she has 3 third levels, so that would be create destroy water.
I love the fact that instead of carrying water, she's going to use up 5 spell slots in order to fill a bathtub.
This
dude,
is what
you know
wizards
how
do, right?
you know how heavy buckets of water are? She's had enough of that.
You know, we humans, what we do, and we create an entire supply chain of food being grown everywhere else, to be shipped across the planet to be sold in Walmart, so that we can just quite easily just drive there, pick up the food and everything else, when we could have just grown in our own backyards.
Okay, well, she could. So with the 2 second slots, that's 20 gallons, and then with the 4th level slot, that's another 40 gallons.
Awesome.
So she has enough
Right.
to make a lot of clean water. So let me just mark off those slots because I used all my seconds and a 4th. I only have my 3rds left. But hey, you know what? It's worth it.
I think we probably can say that we kind of eventually get everything stuff going, and people can kind of freshen up and everything else. I don't know if we want to.
Oh well, yeah. Breezy will get the bowl, the candy bowl. It doesn't have any candy in it, and then she'll fill it with water and let Lumi use that.
Lol. How small do you think I am? What the hell?
Like a bird bath.
Lumi just shakes her head. She's like, why? In Sylvan, she's like, why? Why? Oh, please, why?
I mean, I mean, the tub. I mean, because this is like a little village tub, so it's not like
Yeah.
exactly like big. or
Lumi takes
spacious.
the candy bowl and she thanks you.
Yeah, just
And
don't
you can.
just don't summon any candy while it's full of water. That might have some bad effects.
No, yes, good point. I agree. Yep. She'll let you. Anyway.
Oh yeah, she's Breezy's gonna be enjoying the bath because and she's gonna be soaking because she deserves it. So, yeah, she's gonna be relaxing until the water gets cold.
Shall we?
There's a fire under the tub, so it's gonna take a while.
Oh yeah, she's getting pruny,
Okay.
and I'm sure. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure the water gets filthy pretty fast because.
Oh yeah, like the moment you step into it, it spreads out like an oil slick.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Magic solves everything.
More spell slots.
More spell slots because I have levels of cleric. Don't they have purify water? Hold on a second.
I'm thinking about cleric spells. You have to have them prepared ahead of time.
Yep.
Oh, do I not have it prepared? Hold on.
Nope.
No, because water is a drink. I could purify the tub,
If I couldn't drink.
but I don't have it prepared. Damn. Oh well. Well, then if that's the case, she's not going to stew in her own filth, so she would clean herself and probably get out pretty fast then. In which case, she would use the destroy part to destroy water, destroy all the water, then make new water, and get back.
Mm-hmm.
I only have third level slots left.
Cool. So while Breeze, go ahead, Lumi.
No, no, it's fine. I'm just please let's go. Yeah, go for it.
Are you getting clean to Luminostra?
Luminastra will. She sees all of this going on, and she she finds a secluded place near the river, and she will clean herself in the river.
Okay.
Public, where anyone could see you?
I will cast dancing darknesses and everything else, so she kind of
Oh,
finds a place.
we're not going to get any fan service here.
I'm sure the fish will have some fan service, Eric. But,
Okay.
yeah, and she will clean herself.
With as
and
anime
spend some-
as she is, I'm surprised we're not
Yeah.
getting fan service here.
Indeed, yes. But she does try using the bowl. She doesn't push it. She's just like that. She does not fit in a bowl of candy. But she does try to activate the bowl to make candy, just to see what happens. Does
Okay.
anything
Traitor.
happen, Eric?
Yeah.
Traitor.
Candy begins floating around.
Yeah, she looks at it and says, "Huh,
Traitor.
okay."
Traitor.
No, she doesn't. Lumi doesn't actually eat the candy at all. She just wanted to see what would happen
Just
if she
wastes
used
it. Understood.
She does. She just wastes the candy. It's more of for her was more of a practical understanding of what the candy bowl did.
Sure.
If it did anything different for somebody else.
Made candy soup.
Yeah, and then after that she would have sorted herself out and and come back to the house. And bring back the candy bowl to you, Breezy. She gives you back the candy bowl and thanks you. Thank you very much for the bowl. It helped me very, very much.
What? I mean, I gave you the bowl so you didn't have to go outside.
I needed a bit of me time, and I didn't want it to be inside the house.
Oh, is
Plus,
that
you
like
seem to be enjoying your bath, so I
I guess
didn't
it's
want
like a
to.
fairy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're personified emotions and kind of creatures of the wild. So
Yeah, you step on a lily pad or something.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Breezy's just using prestidigitation to blow dry her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lumi
And
asked
then
if you need help because she also can cast precipitation. She's like, "Do you need assistance?"
No, I got it. And she's gonna let the boys know that the bath is ready. She once again destroyed the water and then made more water for whoever is coming in next. and that would be her third levels. I'm going to say 2 of her third level slots. But she's going to let them know she's kind of tapped out of water. So if anyone wants to go, now's the chance.
Indeed.
Deus will motion to Tomo. I'm sure you would benefit far more in terms of cleaning your fur with the water.
Oh yeah, that must be awful.
With just my hair. So please, by all means.
Well, first off, Deus, rude.
I'm sorry, but sorry. Oh God,
I
my
can
God,
just-
I'm sorry.
I can just imagine all of the K-cup sludge that everybody had in their bodies and clothes and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, poor Tomo. Like, how hard? I mean,
Yeah,
cleaning
like-
all that fur is gonna be hard.
That's gonna be rough. So please, by all means, take the bath.
Crusting that has occurred.
Crusty.
Indeed,
That's
yeah.
bad, man.
But that's very kind of you, Deus. I will bathe myself in the river. You can have the bath.
Well, if you insist. Thank you. Deus will. He'll head to the bath. And he'll just kind of do like a quick rinse. Obviously, he's gonna scrub like sludge off. He's not like dipping and dashing or anything.
Mhm.
But he'll get like the surface off, like all the surface sludge off. Shit. Breezy's tapped out, so we can't destroy this water.
No,
So-
yeah, no.
I'll figure out how to deal with that. But then after he steps out, is there like a mirror in this room
Yes.
that I can look at? Okay. Dace is just gonna look at himself in the mirror. But particularly the areas around his chest where he was stabbed, and died, and then along parts of his arms where, even though he's cleaned himself before and he just took a bath, there's still bits of like equations and things on his arms from him writing things over and over and over again on him. And he just kind of stands there and is reflecting on everything that's happened. And then he will, with just a dagger he has, he's just gonna like carefully kind of shave up his beard and kind of try to cut just a little bit of his hair just to straighten himself out.
You're going
the
to
first
cut
time.
your hair with a dagger, and then you're going to shave with the dagger.
Well, I don't have a razor,
Understood.
and I don't have scissors,
All right.
and I don't think
why
I can
don't you
use
look,
prestidigitation
all
to
right.
you.
You
No.
are in you are in Doji's bathroom. See if he's got any of these things.
Yeah,
Dave's is
Doji has
a
a
man
beard, yeah.
of personal values, and he would never take another man's razor.
No,
Okay.
besides, Doji took his shaving utensils and grooming equipment. But
If he's
I
not
will
here, I think.
ask for a sleight of hand check, please, sir.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Time to inspiration. Chat.
No, it's not. No, it's good.
With an
There
18,
you
you
go.
are familiar with how to do this.
And it's nothing major. It's just like cutting off dead ends. He's just trimming himself up in a look in the mirror, and at this point, he looks more like a professor back before everything changed in his life, and he knows that things are different now, and he knows what he needs to do. And then, so once he's all cleaned up, he will also prestidigitation his clothes and everything,
Eric,
to the point where they are spotless,
Okay,
and get dressed and step back out.
cool.
Eric,
Yes.
while all this is happening, what's Zofrior up to?
Zofriora is currently busy doing some research on the sky skiff that you guys brought in. She's fascinated by it, so she's kind of fawning over it at the moment until you guys are ready to talk to her.
Yeah.
She
Lumi
figures
will-
for the next 2 hours, you guys are going to be getting clean, recovering, eating, etc. So she's
Yeah.
doing her thing.
I will remain in the house.
Okay.
She probably would actually gone around a little, kind of walked around in Lost Mall for a bit while people's getting stuff. So she would do a round, and she kind of at one point she will just kind of stand probably in one of the rules, just kind of like looking and watching Zalfrara from a distance, but not really approach or anything else. She's not trying to hide anything. She's just quietly sitting and pondering things.
Awesome.
Yep. And when it comes down to 2 hours get past and Zalfrara goes back, Lumi will join her and follow back to the house.
Okay. As you guys return to the house, you look around. Mordrex is missing.
Wait, where'd he go? I was gonna dunk him in the river.
On the
Ah.
table, there is a piece of parchment.
I don't know. I was talking to Zolfar. I wasn't really paying attention, to be fair.
Oh,
There
look
you
at that.
go.
I didn't. Would you like me to read? Oh no, actually, Mister, could you please read in Mordrax's voice?
Yep.
Please.
I didn't want. I didn't
Because-
want to make this harder than it should be. So I left this when all of you were sleeping. I hope you understand. Thank you for showing me all the things that this will make better for me to help Miss Leslie, I think. Mr. Jimmy, I wanted to thank you for always helping me and teaching me to not be so dumb. And you can have this cover ring if you want to remember me. It was nice to feel like I had a big brother for a little while. Mr. Thomas, thank you for the apples. I never felt safer than when I was with you or on your shoulders.
Oh,
He's really cute. Yeah.
Mr. Deuce, I hope that we find that Morse guy and push him in the nuts. Oh, and tell Mr. Fritz I said about this too. Miss Loomis, thank you for helping me understand all the things. You smarts us, but in a different ways than Mr. Deuce. That's a good thing though. And Miss Breezy, stay safe and don't die, please. You smell like mint and gives me a lot different than chocolate things. I told you like Mr. Jimmy tells me, stop doing dumb things. Okay, well, I got my best now. And one more thing, Eric, that I
Yep.
failed to add to it. He says, okay, I'll go bye-bye now. And this is, P.S. You can have this bottle if you wanted to. Sorry I drank it all there. It was very tasty. Next to the note, you'll find the empty bottle of our crew special reserve.
Bastard.
That's why I told him to stop doing dumb things, and he goes and runs off on his own.
I mean,
I tried.
you have to understand. He lived all his life underground, so it must be really overwhelming for him. It would be unfair to expect him to join us in wherever we're gonna go.
Yeah, I think what I talked about for us with this first though, before he did it, so that we could make a plan. Knowing him isn't gonna get eaten by like a lion or something, and we're gonna find kobold bones in his skull sitting somewhere and be like, oh, that's what happened to Mordrax.
Well, yes, you have a point.
no,
Wait,
I think he can handle a lion.
let me nod. Said, yeah, he's fine. He will be
Now,
fine. I'm sure of it. He's got Miss
dragon
Thatcher
or
to
something.
watch over him.
Oh, I wanted to let him know about Taba and the Druid Circle to the north of here, but oh well. I'm sure he'll find his way.
Wait, either way, you can still talk to him. Lumi looks at Adele. Just send him a sending. It's not like we lost contact with the little kobold.
Deus will kind of like he's been staring at the letter, but then he'll kind of give a chuckle and a nod. Yeah, he's not out of reach, and I agree. I think Mordrex is ready for the world, but I do not think the world is ready for Mordrex.
I don't
Lumi
think I've heard
coughs.
a
It's like,
story in my life.
yeah, good point.
He was a crazy creature. He was.
You know
Yeah.
what?
It was my magical
And plus, I
part.
don't think we have enough water for him.
What do you mean?
You know, not the bath. She looks. We don't have enough bath water for him. I mean,
Pretty-
he's really caked up.
I'm pretty sure if you try to clean him, he's just gonna smell the exact same way the next day. I think it's
Yeah,
just
good
like
point, actually.
I think it's just part of him at this point. You know, like
I think he
a strong
exudes that
streak.
stuff now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Lumi, she like shakes her head, like taking herself out of this conversation. It's like, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Is everybody? Should we begin? Talk about what's happened?
Yes.
Well,
Well, I was going to introduce our new contact, but I think that should wait until we discuss exactly what your intentions are from here. You've been exceedingly helpful, and I would like to offer you a reward in exchange for the effort you've put in and for the bounding shard.
wait. Yes.
The bounding shard that you have is one of 3 that is necessary in order to raise a sky island, which you understand is my goal, to form a peaceful place where anyone is welcome.
Sure.
I wish to establish a diplomatic hub within Toivoa as a retreat for those who are downtrodden and who need assistance. To that end, if you will be willing to give me the bounding shard for this purpose, I will grant you permanent citizenship within the new Sky Island and a position of nobility within the new government. You will be each given your own house and land within the Sky Island's perimeter when the Sky Island takes flight.
Understood.
Is that acceptable?
Me? Nobility?
Yes.
But I'm just a tavern girl. How could I be nobility?
By royal decree.
I mean, are you royalty?
I hope to be.
I thought you had to be born to be royalty. Though,
I was
I guess
born.
well, no, born as in being born a royal.
Oh, dear Breezy.
Are you a princess?
From someone's point of view, yes.
Breezy
Who
narrows her
are
eyes
you?
at that. Well, Breezy's thinking, and she's like, okay, just because you're somebody's little princess doesn't mean you're actually a princess. Because her dad called her princess, so she's on to Zalfiora's game here.
She thinks she's on to
Lumi,
Zalfir's game anyway.
Lumi looks at Zal.
Huh.
Who are you? Who are you really?
Zalfiora.
I like to understand who we're. This is a big endeavor.
Indeed.
We have done much already, and I
And
want to
you've earned my
understand more.
trust.
I'm glad to hear that.
May I have the bounding shard? And if so, I will tell you about who I am.
Yeah, Breezy reaches into her pocket and hands her the bounding shard.
Okay. That's
Uh,
Breezy for you. In spite of any reservations the rest of the party may have, that is Breezy.
Yep. Zalfiora's nice.
Lumi knows that it's like, yeah, she has a bounding shot. She might have this bounding shot, but creating new bounding shots and the rituals involved in that, nobody knows yet what it is. Zhao might understand and know this, so she she winces a little bit at the bounding shots are being so freely given to Zalfriora, but but she's not going. She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't complain about it.
Could Tomo do an insight check on her motives?
Sure. She appears to be sincere in her motives.
I'm gonna do one too, just for the funnies. There you go. Of course she's sincere. What are you talking about? She's been super nice to us. She's the best. Breezy's starting to get excited at the thought, but she's gonna ask. Well, I mean, all that stuff is all well and good, but I mean, I'll do it if you let me take part in the actual ritual to raise the island.
Of course, Breezy. It would be an honor to have such a powerful wizard in the process.
Oh, Breezy's gonna put her hands to her cheeks as she starts blushing.
Don't lift her up too much, though. Listen. I know you have
Hey,
good intentions here.
Powerful
But
wizard.
I'm gonna promise you right now, it's for your own good not to.
She's like kicking her feet. She's powerful.
Yeah,
So-
Breezy. Yeah, she's pleased. Okay, so this is another thing you guys haven't discovered about Breezy. She's actually really easy to manipulate with flattery.
Salumi should answer you, Breezy. You're going to be responsible for much more than just being part of the ritual. The finding the additional crystals, the fashioning, fashioning of the new bounding shards, and their creation,
Yeah, no,
and finding. And Lumi says that she turns her head to Azosfara, the tablets of Azalan, which are missing.
yeah, we can find that later. But if we do it, if we manage to raise a Sky Island, you'll let me take part in the ritual, and you'll give me credit for raising it.
We'll put
Or
your name
help it-
on a monument within the city.
Jim really face
Yeah.
palms.
Yeah,
The
Breezy's already. Yeah, she's like,
recognition.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't say
You
that
know,
because she doesn't
But
curse.
the
But
Mustachio Wizard has a monument with his name on.
yeah,
Is that far, whatever his name was.
yeah, Breezy's already. Yeah, Breezy doesn't need any more convincing. She's
Lumi, yeah.
Breezy
She
has
looks
been
at-
sold.
Eric, I like to kind of what does once it picks up the bounding shard, does there any change in the bounding shard or anything in the specifically in the reflection of the celestial bound within the shard?
There's roll perception check. Let's see how much you can notice.
Yeah. Come on, big numbers. 50.
With a 15, you can see that the celestial within the bounding shard is looking hopefully out of the crystal
Hopefully at what and who?
at the whole situation, looking all around like there's something exciting about to happen.
Yeah.
The chamber
there any-
around you is quiet, save for the distant murmurs of people outside.
Of course.
Zalfrior, go
Are
ahead.
people gonna throw things at me when I walk around outside?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm certain. Not here in Lostmore, anyway. Perhaps in other places they may treat you badly.
Yeah, well, I could treat them badly too.
At the request for information about her, and as she takes the bounding shard, Zalfriora places the bounding shard in a pocket, in a little pouch, closing it tightly, and locking it with an arcane rune. She stands from her chair and puts her hands folded behind her back. As she looks out the window, her gaze is distant, as if looking through time itself. When she speaks, her voice is measured, not boastful, not pleading, but steady, carrying the weight of something ancient and unyielding. You know me as Zalfriora. You know that I seek to reclaim a sky island and raise it into the air. And you do not know why.
Well, not all of why.
Your
I
Spy Island, yes.
am a child of the storm. A daughter of the sky. Born when the heavens still held their dominion over this world. My true form, my first form, soared through the endless blue, unbound, before the fall. Before the sundering, before the greed of kings and the arrogance of mages shattered what was never meant to be broken. I was there when the islands fell. I watched them break, burn, crash into the world below, their people screaming as they vanished into the abyss. I fought to stop it, and I failed. I have lived many lives since then. The world below does not remember what was lost, but I do. I have walked among mortals, taken their shape, listened to their dreams, their fears. I have seen tyrants build empires upon the ruins of the sky. I have seen the desperate seek sanctuary where none remains. And I have come to understand one thing. There is no place left untouched by war, by cruelty, or by hunger for power. That is why we must raise it an island again. Not for conquest, not for greed, but to create something the world has forgotten. A place apart, a refuge, a sanctuary, a sky that belongs to no crown, no warlord, no god. A place where those who have nowhere else to go can look up and know there is still something above the ruins. To do this, we need the bounding shards. We need the remnants of the past and the power that once kept the sky aloft.
We need way more than that, to be fair.
Indeed. You've brought me one of them.
Yeah.
We still require 2 more.
Yeah.
I
Man,
have a suspicion and a rumor of a second. The second...
you weren't...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Breezy's going to be listening to all this. You weren't kidding when you told me you were older than 30.
She smiles sagely at you. Far older than 30.
30's not that old.
Lumi,
It is to Breezy.
does she seem to be kind of segueing to start talking business and talk about the second shot that she knows what it is?
Yes.
Lumi said, before we talk business, Al, you still haven't told us who you are. Who are you?
I'm Zalfriora. And I was once a dragon.
I knew it.
We had our suspicions.
Actually, I'm kidding. I didn't know that.
Lumi,
You were once a
Lumi
dragon?
was-
Are you were you polymorphed? Breezy walks up to her and starts looking at her
She smiles down
really
at
close,
you.
closely.
And she will get down on one knee so that she is eye to eye with you. And you look in her eyes. And
How tall is she?
Yeah, but I mean, Breezy's grown like at least 3-4 inches, so she's like
Well,
5'3"
yeah, well, yeah.
or 5'5" or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Breezy's like 5'4" or 5 right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's not that short. But Zalfriora is 5'9".
Oh,
So
okay.
she's got to bend
she
down a
doesn't have
little
to
bit.
get on her. Yeah, just bend down a little bit. Yeah.
She smiles at you kindly. As you look into her eyes, you realize she is very old. She
yeah,
doesn't
so
look
Breezy's
like
like
it,
looking
but
for
she is.
scales.
You don't
She's
see any
looking for
scales. No sign
What
of
about dragon slit pupils? Like
no.
those are always a dead giveaway. Nope. Nope.
The shape shifting of dragons is very convincing, Breezy.
Well, yeah, but she's stuck as a dragon. How'd you get stuck? Or how'd you get stuck as an elf?
It was habit.
It's practice. You stay in a shape for too long, the shape start becoming you.
Why would you want to be? Why would you want to be stuck as an elf? I mean, don't give me elves. Elves are really pretty, but I mean, I'd like to fly. Flying sounds like fun.
It was.
It is fun.
It was fun, Breezy. It was everything. But when the sky fell, dragons were hunted. We had to hide. We had to deceive people in order to live. We had to fit in. We were persecuted, hunted. It was not a pleasant time. And it lasted for over 1,000 years. Great war bands of adventurers and fortune seekers roamed all of Toivoa, seeking the winged demons, they called us. The dragons of the air, the former rulers of the skies. They sought us. They killed hundreds, if not thousands, of my kin. Some of them deserved it, of course. But because I chose this form, I was left alone. And if you forget how to use something and you don't use it on a regular basis, Breezy, eventually you become comfortable and you forget, like a muscle. It is difficult to change back into a dragon form, even after just a few years.
Requires practice.
And
Well, yeah,
in
Breezy's
my
just
current
utterly
state,
confused.
I can't.
Because you forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breezy is
Yes,
she's
He never
genuinely
forget.
yeah. Breezy's like genuinely confused. Like because she's a sharp person, so she's generally not like just completely baffled. But I mean, she has no way of empathizing with what it's like to forget stuff. So she's just. I mean, can't. Well, were you? She looks at the Zalfiora's dress. Were you a
Yes.
blue dragon?
No. I was a daughter of
Gold?
the storm. I was a lightning dragon.
Lightning dragon.
Primal and electrifying. I existed within the storm. I held a form made of pure energy. I could pass right into a mountainside. It was energetic.
Has Breezy ever heard of a lightning dragon?
No.
No. Probably not.
But based
Yeah, I
off
mean,
of this, you would intuit that there would be wind dragons and fire dragons, etc.
Yeah, because I mean, like, there's the common ones like gem dragons, metallic
Right.
dragons, chromatic dragons.
This
What
is
do
an
you-
elemental force dragon.
Never heard.
What are the others doing? Kind of Tomo, Dales, Jimmy. How you guys?
Yeah, let's check in on the party here.
Yeah, I like to check on the party. To be honest, yeah.
Jimmy's listening and he's kind of fiddling with a ring.
Whose ring?
Mardrax's.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was trying to understand. Yeah. What about you,
He's listening,
Dales?
but he's kind of zoned out there.
Deus is just kind of staring at Zalfiora as she's telling the story. He's weighing how we need how if we're gonna explain the fact that we gotta that if she's a dragon, we gotta tell her there's already a dragon there,
Lumia will be telling her that very soon.
and also he's not saying anything, but he's just thinking about everything that he can't say, especially in terms of morts and things of that nature.
What about you, Tomo?
You said Zalfir was like standing at a window, right?
Looking
Well,
out the window, yeah. She's
she's-
standing
yeah.
near it, yes.
Yeah, so Tomo was just kind of like leaning against the window frame next to her. And he's been waiting for a moment to actually ask after hearing about all the dragon stuff. He just says, "Did you know an Orthrixian?"
She looks at you, and her eyes show a little bit of fear. I know the name.
Well,
We met him.
we met him. Otrix.
She
That's what I said.
wobbles for a moment, and she will grab a chair and sit down.
He goes, the great lord of the sky is now master of the sludge. Broods stuck in his seat of power in Akru. Your dreams of lifting the city back into the skies is much more complicated than you imagine. The city has not died. It is not empty. Lots of lives and beings still reside there, including
Well, nothing.
the
No one said we
master
had
of the
to.
sky people.
No one said we have to raise Akru. We can always just raise a new piece of land.
I know, but that was the intention prior. I'm just letting Zalfiora know what is happening. What has
I did
happened.
not intend to raise Akru.
That is good to hear, because anyone ever decide to raise Akru, it would release the great worm into the skies again, and he's much, much to change from what you've seen him before.
You don't know that. He seemed just as crazy.
Oh,
He's corrupted, but I don't know if his attitude
very
has
much so.
changed at all.
Yeah, he's been bathing in pollution for like 2,000 years. He doesn't seem to be sane.
Is he contained?
Yes.
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
stuck.
He can
Roll an
live.
insight check, the entire party, except for Mordrax, who isn't here.
Oh God, probably not. Da-da-da-da.
Insight. I am awful at these.
Yeah, Breezy's
Awesome.
patting Zalfiora on the back. You know, it's okay. He's stuck.
So, Tomo, Jimmerly, Breezy, and Luminostra, you guys got out. There's now an exit that someone who could turn into a fluid could get out of.
Well, but Eric, that's something that we have no idea that somebody could do. Okay,
Right.
so
Oh yeah, yeah. He told us he
I
couldn't
don't even-
shapeshift anymore. Yeah.
he said
Yeah.
he couldn't shape shift. We have even zero thought that he could turn into a
But
fluid.
there's an exit from Akru now that has opened. So
Yeah, sure, but we have no
So
idea.
I guess there was also an exit as soon as we opened the gate Mazalath was guarding.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he couldn't fit through that. So
I mean,
Well, he could if he could turn into a fluid.
yes.
Now that that's open.
but I think that's like even yeah. I mean, this inside, it's
Yeah.
like I think.
Well, if he could turn into a
certain
fluid, he could have.
extent is-
Yeah, he could have.
he could have escaped at any time.
whenever he wanted to.
Yeah,
He
And
could
I think
get
that we
out.
would have expected him to chase us if he could.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So there is an exit from Akru that if things lined up, something could escape.
But yeah, Zalfiora is just patting, or not. Breezy's patting Zalfiora on the back. Don't worry, he's crazy, and he told us he couldn't change his form anymore. He's super fat. He can't get out from the room he's in. He's been in there for like 2,000 years. He
I
has to
hope
have
you're
little
right.
kobolds bring him food.
Kobolds like Mordrax.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like Mordrax.
Uh,
So we have had this insight and this realization that now there's an exit of our crew, right?
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Lomi
Now,
turns to Zalfir and says, "Well, there's now an exit of our crew because if we go out, other things, other denizens of our crew could leave, and depends how you feel about it. Perhaps that should be collapsed or destroyed somehow.
I think
But
so.
yes,
We can attempt to manage that. What
Well-
is your plan now? Do you wish to continue to try to raise a beacon of hope into the sky?
I mean, yeah. If I get the credit for it, or partial credit for it, I mean, I'm sure I'm not going to do it by myself. Then yeah,
Sounds like
I-
a good purpose to have to me.
yeah.
There is much work to be done, and I believe the first step would to be just gathering information.
Well,
Lomi
I've been.
looks at Tomo as well. It's like wondering. Say again, Tomo. What?
I said it sounds like a good purpose to have.
Oh, please go on. Sorry.
There's someone I'd like you to meet. Speaking of information, I have, in your absence, been doing some research, and Dr. Doji has made a contact with a questionable source who has led us to someone who is proven reliable. You see, the House of Flowers is a clandestine organization in Toivoa. How many of you are familiar with them?
We found some artifacts of theirs in Akru.
We heard much about them.
Well,
They're responsible for the fall of many Sky Islands.
yes, the ancient House of Flowers was. We sought knowledge from the House of Flowers. We wanted to know what they knew. And we have found someone who I believe we can trust. He is somewhat estranged and on leave from the House of Flowers as he's looking to provide for family. And he has provided us with some resources and some rumors of information that would help us progress in finding the next bounding shard. May I introduce him to you?
You
Yes.
may.
Yeah, I
believe
mean, this
he
house
is
this house isn't very
but not that.
big, right?
He is not.
Yeah,
That
Breezy
is-
looks around to see where this guy might be hiding.
Roll a perception
Absolutely.
check.
Has he been here? Has he been here the whole time?
Within the shadows he lies.
Oh, wow.
With a 19,
God damn it.
the guy is standing just outside the window. And we're going to allow you guys to see him.
Sorry, I think Davis wanted to talk, so
Okay,
I
Diaz?
interrupted. Sorry.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
just
talk, yeah.
no, I just said if Zalfiora believes he's a good asset, by all means, it would not hurt.
Tomo's gonna glance out the window that they're standing at this guy, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I thought he was your gardener."
She smiles at that. In some ways, he is. In fact, I think he would probably find that a compliment.
You would.
Hmm?
Ah.
Nero, would you come in, please?
Show us
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
that beautiful man.
Walking in, what do we see?
And what can I help you with? You see a 5'6" Wanti pureblood. He has the lots of human-like skin, but he also has the reflections of like a eastern diamondback rattlesnake skin scales kind of coming up over his forearms and little bits on his face. His eyes are extremely deep blue with that actually look like snake eyes. And he has a shovel, what it looks like a spade, in one hand that's different.
This is Nero
Oh,
of the
I thought he was your
House of
reasons you could
Flowers.
say that. I thought he was your gardener. Just repeating what Tomo said.
You're not wrong.
I do like to garden. I'm actually pretty good at it, believe it or not.
He's
Numi
taller.
is like just standing. She's not flying. She's actually standing on the desk and she's looking at the Nero walk in. Doesn't say anything. She just nods.
He is a member of the House of Flowers, and more specifically, the House of Orchid. The House of Flowers, as we've discussed, is a clandestine organization, a country in and of itself made up of spies, assassins, infiltrators, and information brokers. Nero here has proven to be quite forthcoming and resourceful in providing me with several leads while you've been down in Akru. And I believe we have enough information to move forward. If you're willing, Nero, I'd like to give the briefing.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. By all means, go ahead.
There's a second bounding shard. And none of you are bound to participate in this. This is a voluntary thing. You've been promised a position of nobility and property aboard the Sky Island when it rises. A house. And that's all I can really offer you is I have very little. I have spent the vast majority of my wealth attempting this process. We do need the bounding shards. We need the remnants of the past and the power that once kept the sky aloft. One of these bounding shards rests within a rumored place. It was once known as Valzir. Put this in chat for you. Valzir was not merely lost, it was hidden. And the ones who hid it did so for a reason. We must uncover that reason, and we must reclaim what was stolen from the sky. So, humbly, I ask you, not as a dragon, nor as a leader, but as one who has walked this broken world for too long. Will you help me? Will you help me raise the sky once more by helping me try to find Valzir and claim a second sky shard? The bounding shard that will allow us to establish a second step towards a beacon of hope.
Sure. Who hit it?
We are unsure, but we have 4 leads.
I find it interesting that only Breezy said sure.
She looks
Lumi
at
is
the rest of
looking
you
at the
guys.
group. Yeah.
Lumi, you're looking at the party. Okay, we'll go around the table here.
Just looking at the party. Yeah.
We'll go from right to left. Tomo.
Almost also kind of looking around to see what everybody says.
Okay. Generally,
I'm perfectly okay with this. I'm not doing anything right now anyway, to be fair. What else am I going to do?
all right. Nero's already on board. Deuce.
Deuce is not saying anything,
Okay.
but he's not showing any signs of disagreement. He's listening in, knowing that his smartest option right now is to help out. Although he's more than happy to help out, but his end goal isn't necessarily to see this island in the sky. But he's along for the ride and he's willing to help for the time. And it will answer some of his questions anyways, so.
So Tomo's kind of looking around and he sees like kind of the indecision, and he kind of looks down, looks back up, and he's like, I wandered for quite a while without a purpose, and I seem to have found one with this band of misfits. This feels like my purpose now, to be with you. But if this band needs a purpose, I can think of no greater one than to rise this sky island of Zalfiora's dreams.
Yeah, let me
Deus,
nod.
Deus will look at Tomo and give a nod of acknowledgement and agreement.
There's much work to be done ahead of us.
I mean, learning how to do a magic ritual that no one's done in, is it 2,000 years, Eric, or 3,000 years?
Longer since a sky island was raised. Since a sky island was raised, it's been longer than the 2,000 years that they've been fallen.
Oh, so yeah, doing a ritual that no one's done in several thousand years. I mean, that's a reward in and of itself, learning how to do it. And then all that other stuff is just gravy on top of the biscuit.
She looks at you oddly. You're from Fluiden.
Who, me?
Yes, because I've never heard that phrase outside of Fluiden.
What, gravy on top of the biscuit?
Yes, it's not a thing here in Shu, or in Reston, or anywhere else as far as I'm aware.
Breezy
I mean,
gets a little defensive. Well, you know, they don't really say it in Chandra Shadi either. It's more of a local thing. People used to tease me a lot about the way I talk.
Have any of you, the rest of you, heard the phrase, the gravy on top of a biscuit?
In real life, yeah. Dave, probably not.
I have never heard that, but it's a good name. It's a good phrase.
I've totally heard it a few times, but
Okay, Breezy, you've been granted inspiration for the gravy on top of a biscuit.
Yeah.
I love Mr. Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. So specifically, it's her bumpkin accent is from the area of Fluiden that she's from. Because Chandra Shadi is very metropolitan. It doesn't have the same accent, and she actually got a lot of bullying because of the way she talks. Which is, you know, if anyone, it's actually kind of funny because no one in the party has ever made fun of her accent, so that's why she likes them so much.
That's the reason.
That's actually one of the reasons, yeah, because that's like Breezy's a pretty like a little sweetheart, but like that's one of the things that sets her off when people make fun of the way she talks. She doesn't like it. You know, it's been like what 50 episodes and it's never happened, so you know, she's in a good mood.
And I think we all agreed to assist in this
inspiration, right?
endeavor.
Thank you for the inspiration, by the way.
I think we are just all wanting to hear what is the plans and thoughts and making making the right decisions and with the right understanding and knowing all the pieces. That is all. Be
Well,
just careful.
I don't have all the pieces yet,
I
Luminestra.
understand that. I think there are a few things that. So your at least initial plan is to look for ready existing bounding shards and bringing them together. At least 3 of them to raise an island.
Indeed. More if
So
possible, but
there is no
yes, at least three.
plans because Hashif's or Hashef's tablets discussed about how to fashion new bounding shards. You don't wish to look into how to create new ones. I mean, we don't know anything about the ritual, and God knows. And she looks towards a pocket where the bounding shard is. I wonder even if a celestial has to be a. How does even you bind a celestial within a stone like that? We know it needs to be fashioned into a polyhedron, but we don't understand this ritual. So, yeah,
I don't believe that the celestial within the crystal was ever outside of it. I believe that the bounding shard is a creation of the heavens itself. It
it's not
is a
fashioned by the
living.
hands of mortals. Then
Correct.
another thing. Then there were many cities, as we hear in stories. There will be many, hopefully, surviving bounding shards, and I'm glad that she looks at Nero. The house is perhaps looking. Someone in the house is perhaps looking to help with the raising of a new city and provide information about locations of new bounding shards. But there
Well,
is something more important that doesn't matter how many bounding shards you collect, we're not going to be able to raise a city without the tablets of Azalan. And what we learn about the tablets of Azalan is that the star flower responsible for the fall of the great empire of the Sky People was responsible for stealing the tablets and taking it away.
where did you learn that?
In
I learned
Akru.
that in Akru from the very mouth of that dragon.
Well, that's news to me.
Well, it is. We have learned much in our travels in there.
Do you believe that the
Starflower.
dragon was in earnest and should know that information?
Lumi raises a hand. The dragon has the same dreams, perhaps thwarted as you do. The dragon wishes to raise the Sky Island again and begin his conquest of Toivoer and become again the tyrant of the skies.
Well, he was kind of
He
crazy, but he didn't seem like he was lying.
he was not lying. He even wanted to hire us or bind us to his service to go and collect the bounding shards.
Did you
And
agree
Lumi
to
laughs.
this?
No, well,
No,
No, well, what?
no, we didn't agree to it.
we didn't.
We told him we'd think about it, and
Deal.
then he tried to kill us once he found out Dace's name, and
No.
then we ran away.
What do
Lumi's
you
like,
mean, Deuce's name?
oof. That was
Breezy realizes like, oh, whoops.
There is a like ear-shattering silence. As Deus is looking into Zalfior's eyes.
That's a secret.
There is information in Akru that you are not entitled to. And that's all he's going to say.
She looks at you seriously for a moment. I have told you my deepest secrets. If we are to work together, I must know that I must be able to trust you with everything. I've already trusted you with my identity, my life, my purpose, my hopes, and my dreams. What else can I do to earn your trust?
There isn't. However, this is beyond dreams and stories and hard work. This is beyond reality. This is a matter of time itself. And even I do not understand it fully. And if I cannot, I don't think you could stand a chance if things were to go wrong.
Do I not know what dangers are associated with the people I work with?
This is something else entirely. This is an individual who, for all I know, is mere moments away from controlling the very flow of time and bending it to their will.
And how can we stop this?
I need to learn more about him.
About who?
There is an individual who has been roaming the annals of time for, well, technically, forever. He goes by the name Used. Apparently, he was involved with Akaru many years ago. And he was able to leave behind a journal that I have been transcribing.
A journal. In time.
We received it from the archivist. I believe you
An
two may...
archivist?
There's so much to tell. Janet
A
still.
construct of sorts, arcane in nature, programmed to store and catalog all the information within the archives of Akru City.
Wasn't much left. It was all just like personal journals and stuff.
Breezy is correct. What remained was primarily a catalog of retellings, histories. Nothing innovative, but for some reason, this book was left behind for a returning scholar. Apparently, Janet thought I fit this category and gave the book to me. I've been transcribing it, and it allowed us to navigate our way through Akru. I do not know who this person is, but from the information we gathered, they are someone who is quite powerful in the flow of time.
You believe they threaten our plan?
They threatened more than just our plans. They threaten everything.
What can we do to stop them?
There is not much. I need to learn more of the Chrononacrum, more than the baseline understandings that I have had from my own research. I need to know how to... I need to learn to access it. And I know I am not the only one. And you know that there is someone there already.
Who?
He'll turn his head. Are you not familiar with Zorud?
I have heard the name. I have not met the dragon, though. I do not wish to.
God.
For the longest time, I believed that He alone was the only one who could potentially reach the chronic. But if the research we have found with this Used individual, it is possible that Zarud may not be alone.
She's going
And
to
that
look
is
at
a-
Nero and raise an eyebrow.
Yes.
So, I've heard a rumor about the Chrononacrum, and someone who may know more about it. It was in passing, and I didn't think much of it. But if you are seeking more knowledge about the Chrononacrum, do strong. I would encourage you to try to discover a specific grung, a strange creature, slimy, poisonous, and would do anything for money. An individual known as Sea Toad Coin.
Sea toad.
Yes.
What kind of amphibians live in the ocean? Doesn't the salt kill them?
No.
That's a dumb name.
She looks at you, and who are we to judge names that people are given? Breezy.
That's a nickname.
Were you not given it? Or did you claim it on your own?
It's, my friends, and it's just short for Brisanthria, which isn't a dumb
Be
name.
very
It's a
careful
pretty
with-
name. It's a pretty name.
Be very careful when giving your name in the future.
What?
So
Do frogs live in the ocean?
I will go ahead and pull up the map because this is the fun part that I get to do, guys. We get to point out a part of the map that most people don't ever pay attention to. Here we go, guys.
Toad.
The
live
Toad
in the
Sea, right
ocean.
here.
Well,
Yeah, he named it after himself. Yeah.
yeah.
No, he didn't name it after himself. He just talked to me and it's like, hey, look, where did the grungs come from? And
Yeah.
we're like, okay, we need to have a place that the grungs usually come from.
Okay.
And
So
they come
there-
from the coastlines over here.
Okay, so there are things called sea toads, but they're not
Yeah.
toads. They're fish.
So Deus would
Sauhogans.
actually be quite familiar with grungs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me.
Lummi
gotta
is
scratch.
quietly happy that the conversation has moved away from whether people made a deal with the Trixon or not. Lumi knows that
Yeah,
she
Breezy's
no
Breezy's
deal with the
great at
dragon.
changing the topic.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, real great.
Yeah.
Onward.
it-
How do I think?
Lumi, it's like going back to, well, the tablets are still missing.
Yes, and we don't know where they are yet.
They are our only lead, whether it's right or wrong, whether the dragon was trying to fool us or not, is that the House of Flowers, at least the ancient House of Flowers, she says, is in possession of the tablets. Without it,
Would you
one cannot raise a city.
would you happen to know which house? Because there are many.
I have a list, or at least insignia, of every single house of the olden days. I don't know if they are all still available, out now, but and we are, well, in possession of some of the items or the people who invaded Akro. Perhaps one of them was the Starflower. I'm sure. Perhaps
The question I asked though is, do you know what house? Because without knowing what house originally
I
took
think-
it, It could be anywhere right now.
Eric, can
Well-
do you remember the do you know, unfortunately Merlot had the brooch,
Correct.
and I like to, is there a way for me to kind of do a history check too, because I held the brooch for quite some time
Sure.
and I studied it. I need to look at my notes whether I made any notes about what it was, and I just wanted to know whether there was any house insignia on the brooch or what.
Let me go back and check that brooch. 1 second.
Have a look at the brooch. Because if it is, I'm happy to do a history check.
Yep, 1 second. There was a tulip design.
So she will say, we encountered an item, supposedly
Yeah.
the starflower's own brooch, and he had the insignia of tulip.
The
Im-
insignia was a tulip, correct?
Yes, which me the player know that's not correct. But
That's what we've got.
you know, yeah, just like this is
Well-
what we have at the moment.
I mean,
It's also safe to assume that in an operation of that size, that there's going to be multiple members of each house, not just one house.
they might not even still have it. But the thing is,
That's entirely possible too.
do we even need the tablets, or do we
Yeah.
just need the information that's on them?
No, well, not from what Otrixian told us. The tablets are an ancient artifact steeped with magic that enables the ritual to be
Did
taken
he say,
place.
did he say that? I don't remember him saying
He
that.
did, yes, he did.
Yeah.
I remember from the conversation, you need the
did.
tablets to do it. It is a magical artifact that enables the rising of of the flying cities. They actually creates the control crystal. We can we I am glad that we know the locations of other bounding shards, and I think, as she looks around the room, I think we're all happy to go, and with the help of our new member, we can go and fetch the other shards, but there's much to be done. We must find where these tablets are.
I believe
Otherwise,
that
doesn't matter how your dream will never come true, Zalfiora.
I don't believe that we are in a position to negotiate with the House of Flowers at this time.
Then, yes, one must gain leverage then somehow.
If we can collect 3 bounding shards, then we may be able to leverage those 3 to get the access that we need. And if
Well-
not, then we may have to do it by force.
One step at a
agree.
time.
But
You may be able to use
no.
influence versus leverage, but the only time will
Well-
come with that.
The bounding shards will give us leverage through diplomacy, and the same offer you made to us, the House would want to have. There is a major geopolitical change in the world that you're wishing to force upon Toivoa by rising yet again a new, whether neutral and pacifist, a new sky domain and empire. It will be seen as such, even it may not well be. Other peoples will covet, others will want to destroy it. They're not to say that a gigantic dragon responsible for many of the cities to have fallen, and so says the legends, is still supposedly flies through the sky at Toivoa. It will have a bullseye target on it as soon as it rises into the sky. We will need the
that
help
brings
of
up a good
the
question.
House and many other, groups.
That brings up a good question. So Zalpriore has said that this is all news to her with the House of Flowers. You're saying that this dragon that you spoke with down in Akru, it was the House of Flowers that took the tablets of Aslan. Can you give some sort of frame of reference as to why the House of Flowers would have wanted to bring down a flying city?
The Sky
Nope.
people.
Yeah, they were at war.
They were at war with the ground dwellers. If
But Zalfriora says that they were peaceful.
well, they weren't
No,
seen as
Zalfrior
peaceful.
never said that the House of Flowers was peaceful. She never
Not
said
the House
that.
of
No, that
Flowers.
House of Flowers.
No.
She said that
The Sky
the
people.
sky what? I might have taken that out of context. She said
Yeah.
that she wanted to bring a
Right.
a new city that doesn't have war. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
my bad.
She wants to
It's-
create a new establishment that is peaceful. She did not say that the Sky People were peaceful. She did not say the House of Flowers were peaceful. Lots
let
of
me
people can be in the
explain that.
wrong. She's trying to set up a right.
Yeah, Lumi will explain without it's like and explain that no, the Sky people were not peaceful. They were at war and subjugated the ground dwellers for eons, and their whole war was there was many people on both sides did horrible things. The dragon itself
So-
is oligarchical tyrant at a time, not a nice.
So keeping that in mind, you're saying that you said the sky dwellers subjugated the ground dwellers. So in this
Yeah.
case, the House of Flowers. I'm trying to come up with deductive reasoning for us to be able to somewhat maybe possibly negotiate with
Oh no,
the Starflower or whoever has it, because if in the event that they do have it, they're going to want to know why should they give it up.
And this is why I think Zalfrar is right. We need to collect the bounding shards. The very possibility of a new city being raised, even though they're holding the tablets themselves, it will allow us a seat on the table for negotiations and diplomacy. They will know that
Would you
they will be
would
the
you be
last.
open to having a house of flowers created in the Sky City? Or an
You
additional
have to-
house, maybe?
Yeah, Lubian looks as Zalfrar as you say that.
We would need to discuss that.
Well, aren't we counting our eggs before they hatch? We still
Well,
got to
yeah,
get
true.
through boundary
I'm-
shards.
I'm more or less looking at it from a futuristic negotiation standpoint. Things that I may be able to start putting in motion.
Being
I
able
just-
to negotiate with the House of Flowers would be beneficial. And I believe having an embassy that is open and transparent could prove beneficial.
Well, I think you were from all the rumors and things we hear about the House of Flowers, whether it has an MC open and transparent, either way, they will have a presence in the city, whether you like it or not.
Indeed. So I would rather it be a wasp in the room that we know instead of a wasp in the room that we don't.
You're right. Yeah. You. Yeah.
Mhm. That's kind of my sentiments. Better to know that they're there versus not know that they're there and then sting you when you're least paying attention.
But Breezy is right. We have much to discuss about the bounding shards and how to collect them where they are. Shall we discuss this? Shall we talk about it?
Indeed.
Shinshriple.
So,
You were talking about Velzir.
yes. So, about Velzir.
Velzir.
In the days when the sky was still whole, the island of Velzir was a sanctuary of knowledge. A place where the old magics of the bound sky were preserved, studied, and mastered. Then one day, it was simply gone. Not shattered, not scattered into the ground like the others. Just gone. No wreckage, no survivors, no songs of mourning, as if it had been plucked from the heavens by an unseen hand and hidden away. Whispers remained. Echoes of Velzir still drifted through history, fragmented, half-mad accounts scrawled in margins, a name spoken by those who fear to speak too much. We need to visit that island, or at least what's left of it. If the rumors hold any truth, a bounding shard would remain there, waiting to be reclaimed.
I mean, shoot, if it just vanished and it never crashed and it wasn't damaged, there might be 3 of them there.
Potentially.
I mean, it almost sounds like it was like shifted to another plane or something.
Yeah,
Is that possible? I mean,
I'm unsure.
how big was it?
It was miles wide.
where-
Veilzir does not want to be found.
Oh.
It has left only a trail of ghosts, half seen and half imagined. Others who sought it before us, none of them have returned. You may succeed where others have failed. And thanks to Nero, I've gathered 4 leads. Threads, really. Frayed and tenuous. But threads nonetheless. If we follow them and chase the shadows they cast, perhaps in the end, the lost city will reveal itself to you. Are you ready to take some notes?
Breezy is like looking around at the other. I mean, you had me at Sanctuary of Lost Knowledge, but keep going.
Right.
It doesn't take much to get Breezy involved.
The first lead. This one is a game of lies and whispers. In the port of Mirzarin, where ships carry more than just cargo, a merchant named Vurum Tal, put his name in chat here.
And the name of the place again. as
Sure.
well, please.
Mirzarin. There we go. In Mirzarin, where ships carry more than just cargo, a merchant named Vurum Tal has come into possession of something valuable. A celestial chart. Not just any chart, mind you. This one contains old sky routes, ones no longer in use, and among them a potential reference to Veilzir. Vurim, however, is no fool. He knows he has something important. Hopefully, he doesn't know how important. Others seek it, notably the House of Flowers. That means he will not give it up easily. You will need to negotiate, deceive, steal, or manipulate your way to it. But there's another problem. The rumors are that the chart is incomplete, that a section is missing, either stolen or lost. Finding the missing piece might prove just as dangerous as acquiring the original. Make no mistake. The House of Flowers is watching, and they want this knowledge as much as we do. The lead would be for you to go to enter the underbelly of Mirzarin, find the chart, find the missing piece, and learn where Veilzir last touched the sky.
Where even is this place? I've never heard of it.
Mirzarin? We'll pull it up on the map.
Mazarm, please.
Mirzarin, we will pull up the lovely map here. Mirzarin is right there, guys. Right
Where?
there.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's a resting
Rest
city.
them. Yep. So we get close to Malshaz. Yep, no, not that. Close to Bourbon. Bourbon. Very nice. And Kath. Can go and see Ricard.
So,
Yeah, no, let's go. Mazarin, yeah. Look at all these little places that Eric has nestled in nowhere.
What?
There's
I
so
don't know
many
what you're
right
talking about. You
that
mean
nobody gets to see
Yeah.
and notice.
Are we planning on leaving immediately? Are we gonna sit here and rest up a bit? Like, what's the
Well,
plan?
Well,
There's still
there's
hold,
3 other
hold your
leads.
hold your horses. There's still 3 other leads.
I was talking about what
We got
Louis-
options here for once.
Yeah, and we're going to be giving you guys, from a GM perspective, this is kind of fun. I'm going to give you guys 4 leads. You guys get to decide which of the 4 you want to go for first.
No, this is the time where we play the thing against Eric, and we all go at different leads, each one of us.
We can do that.
separate the
Absolutely.
party.
And
Everyone goes to
Split.
get a lead by themselves.
absolutely, this would be hilarious and fun. If you guys want to do that, we can. And we'll be starting a new campaign in 3 weeks when you are all dead.
Nah, not at all. We will survive. We will get.
Well,
get it.
Luminostra would survive because of reasons, but
Lol.
being alone during this would not be pleasant. All right. The
Anyway, go on.
second lead.
Second lead.
Zalfriori's expression grows more thoughtful, tracing her fingers along the edge of the table. Before the fall, the scholars of Zaravel looked to the heavens, charting the paths of the Sky Islands. And I'll put Zaravel in chat for you guys. Charting the paths of the Sky Islands, measuring their drift, their decline. They built a great observatory, a beacon of learning. And then, when the sky broke, their work was buried beneath the sand, their legacy lost to ruin. But somewhere where those ruins lie, inside there lies an artifact of immense value, the astrolabe of Zaravel. Put that in chat for you. A device that could once track the movements of Sky Islands, even those obscured from mortal sight. If we can recover it, we may yet be able to discern Velzir's true path. Yet the sands likely have not been kind to Zaravel. The ruins, the last I heard of them, were collapsing and buried beneath the dunes of the Great Desolation, filled with shifting corridors and the remnants of the scholars' desperate last stand. Their knowledge golems still prowl the halls, programmed to protect secrets no one remains to claim, and the dangers of the desert await. You must enter the ruins, if you can find them, survive the defenses, and reclaim the astrolabe. The House of Flowers has failed to locate the ruins, but they are searching for knowledge and searching for its location. And I doubt they will let you take it uncontested. We will pull up the map again.
That's where Charity is, right?
I
Wait, no-
have not answered that, and I'm not
No,
going to.
Desolation.
The desolation here, the big
Oh,
desert
whoops.
of Corlin.
I got the desolation confused with the ancient wastes. My mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
The desolation here in Corlin is a giant desert.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Next.
All right.
Suppose.
I hope this is fun for you guys because this has been a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
setup
yeah.
for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
We're doing a ton of setup, tons of lore today. All right. I'm doing a whole bunch of screen switching here, so give me just a second. All right. All right. The third lead. Her voice drops, low and deliberate, as if speaking too loudly might awaken something unseen. There's a man who knows the name of Velzir. A man who claims to have seen it, or perhaps been seen by it. He was once a scholar, a historian who sought the lost places of the world. Then one day, he returned from his travels, raving about a city that did not fall, but was taken. He spoke of walls that did not exist, voices that whispered from beyond storms, and so he was locked away in the Asylum of Hollow Whispers. The asylum is secluded, all but abandoned now. Very few people still go there, and when they do not return. The world forgot most of it, much like it forgot its prisoners. But the Doom Speaker remains inside.
Doom Speaker? Okay.
That's all. We
His
know.
mind fragmented, his knowledge lost in madness. You must go into that forsaken place near Vakrud. Piece together his memories and learn what he knows about Valzir. But be warned, the asylum is not empty. Things linger in the shadows, things that feed on the minds of those who enter. And if the Doom Speaker is to be believed, the asylum itself is watching. Pull up the map once again.
That's the horror campaign.
We're giving you guys options, and we're talking
Let's
about
go to,
Vakrud down here.
This is Arkham Asylum. We're going to go and see the Joker.
Oh.
Let's go. It's close to your home.
Is Vakrud? Oh wait, yeah, that was. It's neutral territory. It's the empty city, right? That got
It's the empty
blasted during
city.
the war.
Right.
Yeah, between Fluiden and Corlin. Though
Correct.
there is a.
There's
I
a
guess
temple
there's a-
Anwa there
Yeah, there's a temple to Anwa there. But
that recently got destroyed, and the high priest of it was released. But
oh, that okay.
the temple of Anwa that originally kept the major fiends and devils and ancient evils that were residing in Toivoa, all of those got slain, and the prison was opened
Nom.
by
No.
a certain group on Mondays.
Well, but then we had a bunch of priests come in to start stabilizing things.
Oh,
So,
yeah, stabilize the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, not stabilize all the things that got out of it once they died.
We killed everything.
You killed everything, yes, and for a period of time, a series of days, weeks, months, and years, each of those creatures will return to hell and get their new bodies, and then be active once again. However,
I mean, that's all demons are like that.
right. So, what's the worst that could happen, Aimer?
Hey,
Oh,
it's
need
all
to be
my fault.
summoned.
Or Tester
Demons
Diddy
are-
Day,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Sunagus Rose, or Ricard, or Rex.
What Breezy would know is that Vercrude was a city on the border that basically got destroyed
Right.
between the wars between Corlin and Fluiden.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And she would know that there were intense magics used by both sides.
Corlin doesn't have intense magics. Okay. They're all dumb barbarians. Okay. The propaganda runs deep.
I give you a thumbs up for your belief system.
She's radicalized.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely. She's been radicalized. There's no question about that.
I know. They're a bunch of brutish barbarians in Corlin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They try to invade, and then Bashira comes and blows the shit out of them, and that's what happens over and over and over again.
She's a badass. Just saying, she
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is. If you've not seen
Reason-
the art of her, she is freaking awesome.
Yeah, Breezy loves her. She thinks Bashira is the coolest person in the world. But anyway, that's for another time. Anyways, Breezy nods, and well, she's frowning in distaste when Zalfioris mentions Recruit. But then she says, "Okay, then where's the fourth one?"
And just because it's fun, and while we're still referencing her, I am going to go ahead and put a picture of Basira up on the
Bashira.
chat. There you go, Bashira. Bashira Al-Kadir.
Yeah, nope. Nope.
Nope.
Move on. Move on.
Yeah, she's the one who goes to Vakrud and kicks ass whenever the Corlinites try to come in.
I reckon.
All right, so we're just going to put that lore out there as she is one of the major enforcers of Shatter Shaddai and Fluidin.
She's awesome. She
Fangirl much.
Oh yeah. Breezy's a complete and total fangirl. She thinks she's the greatest thing ever.
Had a poster over her bed.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I guess, yeah. You know what? Yeah, it's a trading town. Yeah, she'd probably have something like that, or maybe like a little action figure.
Oh yeah, or both. Minor shrine, understood.
Oh, that would be so rad. You could do that, like action figures that have like little tiny prestidigitations, so they could shoot like little.
Oh,
like
Fluidin, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Shit, I gotta write that down.
For the record, the Wednesday night group has done that with Rooted action figures, where they've got little dragons that have little flame spitters.
Fucking rad. A new business idea. Okay.
You guys remember when I was a kid, we had these little guns that could shoot sparks out the front?
Sparks, yeah. They were fire hazards.
Yeah, they were great. I know that Deuce is way too young for that, but we used to have guns that shot sparks out the front. You could light fires with them. It was awesome.
But anyways,
yes,
yeah, this is all out of character.
Lead. Yes,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Shira wasn't mentioned. I see, but yeah,
yes.
She looks. So what's the fourth lead?
She exhaled slowly, her tone carrying a sharp edge of urgency. Well, there was once a merchant family, House Beltrain, who dealt in trade between Sky Islands. They were once one of the last to make contact with Velzir before it vanished. And they kept records. Those records likely still exist, locked away in the Beltrain Vault. The last trade, and I will put Beltrain Vault in the chat for you guys because we need to make sure that we've got the notes here, and this one was not hard to spell.
Beltrain. The heist arc of the campaign?
The last trade manifest from Velzir is there. Untouched, sealed in a mirrored glass container, and bound by arcane wards. If we can retrieve it, we will know exactly where the Sky Island was before it disappeared. At least in trade. But House Beltrain is not kind to trespassers. Their estate in Malaja Rock is a fortress. Their security relentless. A heist is the only option. You must find a way inside, whether through deception, stealth, or brute force. The house is preparing for a grand gala within the next 6 months, and that might be your best chance to slip inside unnoticed, as the daughter is about to undergo her debutante ball. But we are not the only ones after this knowledge. As expected, the House of Flowers has learned of the ledger and the other financial documents in the vault, and they will not hesitate to kill the entirety of House Beltrain to gain access to these records, as they would prove valuable to the House of Flowers in negotiation and trade across Toivoa.
Why the house is so interested in Velzir specifically? She looks narrow. Why Velzir? Is this only a specific side of the House of Flowers is interested in this, or is more a unified goal or something? What is it they know that we do not?
We know which house is actually interested.
Zalfriora smiles coldly. This is knowledge that Nero does not know. The House of Flowers has heard of my goals. I let slip once that I was searching for a way to raise a sky island, and they heard that I was looking for leads. That's how I met Nero. Nero is someone I trust. As the House of Flowers, and specifically the House of Orchid, I believe to be trustworthy and discretionary for the most part. However, Nero is not the only person that I have discussed this with. There have been others that I've spoken with. Specifically, a woman by the name of Black Orchid, who seeks Black Orchid.
Blorkid, yeah. Sorry, Breezy just blurts that out while she's listening.
Yeah, that's Breezy, of course.
Uh,
She is ambitious. She is aware of a recent assault on the city of Bourbon and believes that a resurgence of power for the House of Flowers is imminent. Knowing that there is a search for a sky island, there is an effort for the sky island to be claimed by the House of Flowers instead of being an independent country, an independent establishment of hope. The House of Orchid seeks to claim it for themselves and establish themselves as leaders over the House of Flowers.
Interesting.
so Breezy looks at Nero and then at Zalfiora. So it kind of sounds like there's a lot of different factions inside this House of Flowers.
So you're saying that there's a member in my own house that is essentially going against my house?
Yes.
I mean, that makes
You must
sense, I
have-
suppose.
And she's known as the Black Orchid. Do we know what her actual true name is?
Blorkid.
I will get her name. One second. I have to pull up
As,
her article because I actually have the article here.
We do. I remember creating it myself, in fact.
Her name was Elira, and I will put that name in chat for you guys here. Pow.
How ironic. Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense now.
And I have a piece of art of Black Orchid, which is fun. It's
Yeah.
AI art.
That
but
is hard. Yeah, it's fine. AI art is okay.
It's
Did she
not
is
great.
that,
I'm trying to
does she only
replace
have
it
a
all.
first name?
Wait, was that Black Orchid?
Mhm. She was,
Now you understand
yeah.
where she went during the assault on Bourbon. We're connecting the dots.
Well, no. Wait.
Uh-huh.
We didn't see her during the assault, but I could have sworn Black Orchid had a different. Was it different?
That's her. No, that's her.
No, that's her. And
Yeah, 'cause
she
she
was
was
in the
French.
briefing in Bourbon during the assault of Bourbon on the Monday night campaign.
Oh yeah, she was helping. She was poisoning people on Rose's behalf. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. She was.
Yep. So she's a thing. And
I could have.
Do we know her last?
She looked different though.
Do we know
not-
her last known whereabouts?
Bourbon.
I mean, yeah. So Nero would probably know because that was probably like a big public thing within the organization that
Oh yeah,
she's helping.
within the House of Orchid, it would have been.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have known
it was a major effort.
Yeah.
You might have even been involved in some way, whether in the Pearl Sanctuary or not. It stands to reason that the houses involved in the attack of Bourbon were doing stuff.
Oh yeah. So these are your 4 leads. These are the 4 paths that we can go on in search of Velzir.
For House Beltrain, is stealing it the only option? I mean, can't we ask them nicely? Or like, maybe there's something they want and we could trade for it just to look at the records?
I doubt that they will allow you to do so. And
I mean,
tipping your hand may prove fatal. But you're welcome to try.
And little child, please keep in mind this black orchid, or the one you like to call Blorkid, is it's already been stated that they are willing to eradicate the Beltrain vault just to seize these items themselves.
When is the ball? To be honest, of all of the leads, this is the one that worries me the most. We have a time crunch involved in it.
It will be
We could quite
in 4
easily
months.
Yeah. So if we have 4 months, whatever the leads we have to choose which one to take. You got 4 months. Whether we decide to go searching for a lost monastery in the sands of the desolation, we have to be.
I feel
done
like
in 4
personally
months.
I think the first option is our safest bet, less risky anyhow.
I don't know anything about any of these.
It is the
Important to me. You guys just tell me what you want to do.
Let's see. I'm looking at my leads.
The idea of
Oh.
going to an asylum does not sit well with me. However, I will tag along if you so need to. But
We're gonna pull up the map.
the idea of a desert doesn't appeal to me either. But that one's not as unwelcoming as the
So
asylum.
we have a
Well-
couple of places, and we're just gonna walk through these real quick. We have the Port Town and Underbelly black market pirate deals person over here, the merchant. We have the Desolation, somewhere in the desert, which is going to be an exploration search and then a dungeon crawl type thing. You have Vacrude, which is going to be looking through a monastery, and that's going to be a bit of a horror thing. We're not going to go gore, but we're going to do some psychological stuff there. And then far off to the east, we have Malaja Rock.
Yeah,
where
Malaja Rock
Beltrain
is
is.
really far away.
And being as that one in particularly is under a time crunch, I feel like, yeah, it's going to take us.
I think,
We'll have no
we-
time once we get there.
regardless of what we do, is that even if we do get to the Sky City, the House of Flowers will be hot on our heels. We'll have to deal with them either way. But we got 4 months. 4 months.
I mean, so say we went to, we got to. Well, can we go back to the map?
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely.
So, I mean, just like if we took a boat, because we're right here, and we're kind of in the middle of the continent, so we had to get to a port first. So, probably either Chanju, Shimahaba, or Suwa. And if we took a boat, I mean, from Chanju all the way to Malaja Rock, taking a boat, that's probably going to take at least a month at minimum.
Longer.
Probably longer.
Close to
longer.
a year, yeah.
A year? Wow.
Exactly. So, yeah. So that one, unless we're going to teleport or something, we're out of there. out of the time frame.
Okay, so but Breezy would know Malaja Rock as a major city.
Is a major city, yes.
Yeah, so it probably does have a teleportation circle.
Yes.
Um,
She would also know that it is a city of giants.
yeah. She nods. Well, yeah. I mean, Malaja Rock. It's a pretty important city. I'm sure they have a teleportation circle. I mean, we just have to be important enough to, 1, get the address, 2, know the magic, and 3, cast it to get there. But that's not too hard, I think. But I mean, it is really, really, really far away. Like really far. That's like super far away.
Do any of y'all actually know teleportation circle?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not necessarily worried about getting there. I'm worried about getting out.
Yeah, I don't have it right now.
To be
I
fair,
could
if-
take it the next time we level up, but I don't have it right now.
Yeah, I
That-
could take it
yeah.
as well, but none of us have it.
That magic is that's really powerful magic.
So theoretically, by the way, I'm staying in character. Theoretically, we could try the first option and see if we can
Pirate.
gain something that way. And then maybe if time permits and we still have somebody gains the ability to use teleportation circle, we might be able to swing over there to the Malaja Rock option second.
It's possible, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, in terms of,
We know they have failed already to find the monastery in the sands.
yeah, that would be an endeavor just trying to find these ruins.
Mhm.
That might
it
take a
would.
lot of time.
However,
Thinking about things in terms of time, the way I look at it, the way I'm seeing it, it's option 1, option 4. Unfortunately, the asylum would be option 3, but then the one that would take the longest would be the searching in the desert, because we're looking through unknown wastes or ruins.
Breezy's kind of frowning at that, but I mean, ancient ruin and ancient astronomy. Have you ever seen astrolabes? They're so cool. They're really
I have
cool.
not.
Oh, they're amazing. They're like she starts describing one she saw in Chandra Shadi. They chart the heavens with these rings, interlocking concentric rings. They're amazing. But sorry, I mean, yeah, it's. You're right. Time wise, it makes sense to go to Mizrim first.
either way,
Yeah.
Mizerin. I'm sorry, Mizerin. Yeah.
we're
But,
in a
I mean, go ahead.
we are in a race against time. We have
In
to
the House of Flowers.
In the House of Flowers, they would have thought the same. They if they are aware of if you are aware, Nero, of all of these leads, so are they. And they will probably
That's
have
a very
the
good
same thoughts
assumption.
and ideas, and they will be preparing for all of the leads. Wherever we go, there will be a presence of the House of Flower. At least that's what I would do if I were running an organization like that.
Something else to
I-
consider is that since the House of Flowers is going after the Beltran Vault, assumingly at the same time that we will, who's to say that we couldn't possibly join forces? I mean, that is a member of my house.
Well, I mean, didn't Zalfiora say they're just going to kill everybody?
We said it wasn't off the table. It wasn't necessarily their first option, but they're willing to do so if they have to.
I mean, they sound
Orchid
kind of
is
like
willing
bad
to do
people.
so.
They sounded like bad
Yeah, the
people.
reason-
I love Breezy so much.
Well, in the nature of how we operate, sometimes you got to do things you may not necessarily agree with, just for the greater good.
Well, I
No,
mean,
I
there's
really don't have to do that. I just do things. That I agree.
Jimmy. No.
Roll, our big metal friend over there may not have to, but some of the rest of us have to. At least I do.
You choose your own path. You
I
don't
mean-
have to do anything but what you choose.
I don't mind breaking in and looking at the documents. Because I mean, all I have to do is take a look at them, and I'll have them memorized. But I don't know.
I
if
guess
I wanna,
where I'm
I
more
don't
or
wanna
less
hurt-
leaning
I don't
towards.
want to hurt anybody.
Here's the vault.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at it more or less on the enemy of my enemy as my friend, right? So if we get over there and we use the House of Orchids to help infiltrate, if we can get you in there, and all you need is to see it and you can remember it, then maybe we can use that to our advantage and
How much
get
does
out
the house
before we have
knows
to do
about us?
anything.
You,
Say again.
how much does the house knows about us? And this is a question for both of you, Zhao and Nero. Do they know that we exist?
Yeah.
Why would they know about
Yes.
us? Wait, what?
Like-
Lumi looks at you, Greasy. Looks at Nero. Looks at Zalfriora. Have you been paying attention? Zhao has
Crazy?
been
No.
talking to the house,
I have not
and
been
she's
telling
one
her
of the
about.
agents is right here.
I did not
yeah,
tell
but-
Nero about you or the activities you were performing within Akru. So they do not
Okay.
know that we have a bounding shard already.
Like, yeah. Why would?
Great.
I mean,
We don't.
knowing about Zalfiora is one thing, but we're nobody. Like, who? Why would they know about us?
The house.
To my knowledge, what
organization
my house
between them.
knows,
Go
to
for
my
it.
knowledge, what my house knows about you guys is that there is a group that was searching into a fallen city of Akur.
So,
That's all
No,
that
a
they know.
group
That's
exists.
to what I know that they know.
and how many groups you think, or how many individuals you think are interested in, just happen to be interested in information about Sky Cities and everything approaching the House of Flowers. So we have to, whatever we do with this, we have to tread but with a lot of care and be very careful of how we do this.
Agreed. I also think that time is of the essence as well. Gathering as much information and items as we can as fast as possible would probably prove to be pertinent.
No, I agree with the other events, as you say. Speak to. Go to Mazarin or Mizarin to speak to the merchant. Visit the debutante ball in Malajarak. But this is all hoping that the house is no longer interested in the desert monastery.
Zalfriora, can you tell us, is the house aware of the first option you speak of, House of Flowers? Are they aware of that?
Eric has to go check his notes.
I mean, she learned
Yes.
about these leads from Nero, so they must be
yes.
aware.
The House of Flowers is watching the merchant. They're not sure what he has, but they are watching him because he is a influential merchant and pirate.
We can hope
Interesting.
by
Okay.
them not knowing us that we could do this under the House of Flowers nose without them realizing. If they don't know what he has, good.
Yeah, we can.
Well, we
just,
could also be deceptive of it and go in under
Exactly.
disguise.
Yeah, we can approach him, and maybe he's a merchant, right? So maybe we can
Yes.
approach him under the guise of business, like we want to get stuff appraised or something. And then while we're talking to him, then we can maybe negotiate because
Hold on.
he sounded
Hold on.
reasonable.
I have an idea.
Do we know what kind of merchant? Go ahead.
Hold on.
Let's got big tin man.
First off, no one's gonna be able to disguise me, but if you
That's a fair point.
what if you brought me in for a
6'5" metal
appraisal?
guy.
Let Joe
Yes.
speak. Sorry,
Go
go,
ahead.
for it.
Yeah,
He hasn't spoken at all.
you used me as the appraisal?
Ooh.
It's a perfect sounding piece, actually.
Beep boop.
Perfect sounding piece. Do we know what he is a merchant of? What is his trade?
I don't even know if it matters, to be fair. I'm pretty sure from the looks
True.
I've gotten that, like, nearly anyone with money would want to buy me.
So,
Wait a minute.
Nero, you would know that the merchant is a pirate. He trades in all sorts of cargo that he collects, quote unquote. We will use euphemisms for theft and stealing and piracy as collection.
Pilfer.
Pilfer.
Perfect.
Wait, is he a
Yes.
merchant or a pirate?
Both. The way that pirates make their money is they take the cargo and then they sell it.
But that just means you're a pirate.
He's also
Like,
a
he's a
merchant.
pirate.
He trades in and out. Where
One
you're
can be both.
going is
His
if
his
we look at
distributors are loose.
Right.
He's a loose
Just-
distributor.
we're looking.
Allow me.
Go ahead, Lumley.
Lumi just stops. So we seem to be getting to details already. Are we all in agreement in this in the suggestion from Nero in the order of events? I'm happy to talk shop and discuss how
mean,
we can go and deal with this pirate, trader, merchant, whatever it is. But I'd like to know that, or at least Zhao would like to know that we all together agree that this is the right
It-
way.
It
of
makes
doing
sense. It's the closest. It's the closest one, and yeah,
Did y'all not arrive on some sort of flying ship? Boat?
it only has a few days of fuel. I don't think it can get as far as Vakrut. Yeah, because that's the thing. Our boat doesn't have the map doesn't have a legend for how how many miles things are. I did the math. I think we have about 800 miles worth of fuel.
Yeah, it's about
Um,
that. You guys
uh,
could, if you pushed it, get to the coast of Shu.
The coast.
That's okay.
Yeah, the eastern coast of Shu.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
and
you have to
then-
find some way to get across the
And-
water there.
and that boat is not meant for deep waters, right? The best it could do
is a
is like
skiff.
the best it could do is like close to the shore or maybe
Now, if
like
this is in
like-
character, Zalfriora will tell you we are currently outfitting the sky skiff with sails.
Hmm.
If you minimize your speed, we can set it so that your fuel can keep the sky skiff aloft for longer. When you don't use it for propulsion and you use it simply for elevation, the sails will allow you to use the wind for propulsion.
how long does that
mechanically,
how long does that extend the lifespan of the fuel?
By 10 times.
Oh,
we
Oh,
have a
Good
lot.
lord.
However, you will be at the mercy of the wind.
so that we would have that would take us to
Time
80
to take,
days, so about 2.5 months.
Right.
Time to kick a level in Storm Sorcerer. Okay, a Storm Priest. I understand. I get it. Yeah, and control the wind. Okay, good.
It's still not enough time to get you all the way to Melage Rock. But you
Oh,
can
yeah.
use
Rock
the
is-
sky skiff to
Just-
travel.
We just ride the jet stream.
You can use the sky skiff to travel all sorts of places as long as you're following the wind directions. And
That's fine.
GM Eric went ahead and made a map of the winds, and it's not providing it to you.
Because we don't know it.
So we are in agreement
So-
then. This is what we're going to do.
I mean, or yeah, heading to Mizorim first seems like the best choice. But yeah, I mean,
would
is
it
anyone?
would it not make more sense to just travel by normal means to I'm gonna butcher it, Verimtol?
Well,
Save
Well,
your fuel
yeah,
for another
yeah.
trip.
Well, no, sorry, my
80
audio
days
keeps
with more
cutting
than
out.
enough fuel to take us to close enough to that place.
Yeah, we could pretty reach there, depending on the winds. Yeah, but the issue is, it's not that we have to take the skiff to get there. It's just I don't want people finding out about that we have a flying boat.
I think it's probably safe to say that Zalfrior is going to keep it safe and secured.
Well,
here and lost
if
more.
we land, I guess, if we're careful, we can land where no one can see us.
This
Because again, think about that right there. If you land in the area that we're talking about going, where obviously there's black markets and trades, who's to say that somebody doesn't see us land and then they come back and your boat's gone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
I can.
I mean,
This world is filled with boat thieves.
and amongst other types of thieves.
player says with anger.
So I can store the boat in my sanctum.
You can store the boat in your sanctum?
Yeah, I can.
How big's your sanctum again?
My sanctum is 20 feet radius, and
So it
it's
does
got
not
two
fit.
lengths. How tall is this thing?
I,
No, 20. It's 20 foot. Yes, it would fit because the size of the token that you created, Eric, is 15 feet, right?
it should be
It's
bigger
just
than that.
the
I have.
radius, so it's actually
Yeah.
40 feet. It's
I'm
a
going
40
to go ahead
feet
and show you.
diameter.
I'm going to show you
sanctum.
guys the updated token for the sky ship because
Oh my God! Go for it. Show us the updated token.
I'm sorry, but I have to go ahead and do this way
Right.
because otherwise I get in trouble when I show you guys the updated token for the sky ship, and I'm going to put this on a white screen.
No, just drop it on the on the current map that we are in. It's fine. It's just a token at the end of the day.
Okay, so okay. I will just put it on the map for you guys here. One
Yeah.
second.
Tell me I can't shove a boat in my sanctum? Get out of your
There's
boat.
your boat.
Yeah, would
So
it fit with all the junk you already have in there? Also, like it might fit by itself, but with all the other crap you have in there.
The skiff turns from a skiff
So-
into a small boat, so no, it will not fit. I mean, I could fit it. How wide is it in terms of
10 feet wide.
10 feet wide, and what's the length?
I have
Probably 40.
25 feet plus the bowsprit up to the front. So
Yeah.
total 35 if you count the bowsprit.
It would fit, but it would just take the entire second floor of the thing. No, it wouldn't fit. No, that's too big.
And how are you
There's
going to
even the
carry
mast.
it?
Well, we just happen to now. I have like outside of the table, not talking in character. I have the ability to use everybody's carry weight to actually bring everything they're carrying into the sanctum. So
Look,
there's several thousand pounds worth of carry weight that I have to work with now.
I prefer the buff Lumi theory where we just
The buff
So do
Lumi
I,
theory,
yes.
yeah.
we just enlarge Lumi, cast bull strength on her, and then she has to lift the boat.
Buff Barry
no,
once
it's
again.
like, so no, yes, I cannot
Okay.
take the boat in. If it was the
It's
original
out for your
token,
Yes.
if it was the original token, it would be fine. Go for it.
I know you're interested in their vessel, and you've said that you're seeking to do modifications to it with sails already.
Yes.
Would you be willing, and I'm speaking from a perspective of this is not my boat, but would you be willing to, if you could find a way to restore the energy crystals on them, would you be willing to safeguard the boat while it was here?
Of course. If the boat is here in Lostmore, I will protect it as best I can. However, I do not intend to stay in Lostmore forever. And
Did we?
unfortunately, if the only place that I know of to get more of the crystals is in a Sky Islands airport.
I was gonna see if I can't reverse engineer them, but
Yeah,
that
Bridgie,
might take
you
some
want
time.
to-
What if I did y'all not? How did y'all get here?
We flew in it.
yeah, the boat
Right.
was already fueled, and we just kind of grabbed it and flew out. We were being chased by a lot
Did
of
you-
monsters, so we didn't really have time to grab anything around.
Were you not on a Sky Island airport when you left?
Yeah.
Mrs.
was-
Alpriora, would you
It
be
was
interested in that information?
What information exactly are we talking about?
Well, where apparently they exited from was a Sky Island airport. And from what you just disseminated, you said that there were crystals from a Sky Island airport is where you would be able to collect more energy.
Yes.
We
And Nero would be saying this. However, the rest of the party knows that the place has been stripped.
yes.
There wasn't much there, and there was also like 50
Yeah.
bullets and a giant purple worm.
You have to understand.
Oh,
The city of
Lord.
energy is depleted and turned off at the moment.
Yeah.
The denizens, the demon automatons that still reside in Akru are all scavenging every bit of energy and crystals available to continue to run themselves and the city systems. There is nothing left on
Interesting.
those on those ports. It's all been stripped down.
Interesting.
I'm surprised they had enough to actually build me with what was left there. I probably stole most of the power they had.
Well, they have, from what we learn, another 500 years of energy, and we turned off their supply.
Yep.
Interesting. And the supply was what?
In fact, actually, this is Zhao. There is a a calamity waiting to happen underneath this city, in the least
Calamity.
lots more
Oh?
calamity. Well, what do you think the denizens are going to do when they no longer have the power to stand themselves, and now with an open entrance there is an exit? They will swarm through the countryside.
I don't know.
Purple worm
about-
crushed the exit.
I don't know about swarm, but yeah, we did open the gate that Mazalath was guarding. So now there's the path we entered from, and there's also the path we exited from. But that's surrounded by a swarm of bullets, and they literally eat anything. So I don't think they're going to be able
Either
to get
way.
out through that way.
Well,
Either
if
way,
they do not have power, then it's likely they will come to the surface. And we will have to deal with it.
Zhao,
The people of Lostmore will have to evacuate.
do you have a way of we will talk about this later. At least I have more to talk about it, but I think we got enough already in our plates.
Zalproa,
Yes.
if you would do me one kindness, if in the event that the city of Lostmore must evacuate due to creatures leaving the city of Akru that these folks are talking about, would you mind taking Renara with you?
I believe that's a given.
Thank you.
Who's
We'll make sure
sorry?
Renara is safe.
Thank you.
Okay, they asked who Renara is.
Yeah, who is
Uh,
Renara?
Renara is a friend of the family. She has two children, two daughters, that from a fallen business. I guess I should tell you the whole story. So, in my downtime away from the House of Orchids, I decided I wanted to try to be a businessman. And my partner Fenwick and I we started a garden shop of sorts, an herbalism shop. And well, some illness came through Lostmore, and unfortunately he caught it. And within weeks, it took him out. And unfortunately, he left a widow named Renora and two daughters. And Fenwick and I were more than just business partners. We were friends. Brothers from another mother, if you will. And I have decided that it is my duty to help take care of Renara and her two daughters as best I can. hence why I'm willing to join you guys on your adventures to seek out treasures, golds, and to take care of them.
See,
Understood.
I just thought you were dumb like the rest of us and had death wish.
Apparently,
No, he's just greedy.
You,
Oh, well, I mean, that's
you
a little
could
bit
say
more-
that I'm dumb. You could say I'm greedy. You could say all of the above.
I mean,
It's
people here
entirely up to you. And
I mean, like we all got our flaws. Like, who the hell cares who someone is that you not that like why I don't care. Like, it has nothing to do with me. I'm not gonna ask you about it. Like, we all got our flaws. I was just curious.
I mean,
100%.
yeah, I think we did make a pretty decent amount of money. Well, we're not liquid, but Breezy reaches into her coin purse, and she has 1,000 gold. Like, this is more. We made this money before we even entered Akru, and this is more money than I've ever seen in one place.
Which is the exact reason why I've decided to try to become an adventurer and join your group. Just for the sole fact that it's my duty to take care of Renara and her children.
we understand.
All
We all
right.
have our bonds and our responsibilities.
Yeah, welcome aboard.
And I appreciate it. I hope I serve you a valid point of interest, if nothing else.
What?
I'll warn you right now. You do anything weird, I'm sending you to hell.
That's
That's
not very
valid.
nice.
I,
That's not very nice, Jimmy.
You know, I like to set a precedent. You know, like people need to understand what the consequences to their actions are. It's part of how law works.
I think being
Please
weird
understand.
doesn't exactly warrant a death sentence.
Please understand, my giant Tin Man friend here. I'm a bit of a tactician. I try to do things as many steps in ahead as I can. So while they may be questionable at the moment in time, trust me, the outcome will be beneficial for us.
Oh, I meant in the
That's just me.
big questionable, like you stabbed Breezy. That's questionable. I couldn't say entirely blame you, but it's questionable. And then I had to send you to hell. I'm talking, I'm bigger scale here.
We
That's 100% valid.
a little bit of friendly fire isn't that bad. Breezy says defensively.
I stand by what I said.
Like, I mean, if I shot you in the face now, would it even hurt?
Yes, I still feel things. I'm just made of metal and wood.
I shot him in the face by accident. He's never gotten over it.
No, but you haven't. You've also snowballed me a couple times. I mean, like it's. I need to craft. I need to pray to whatever god it is that helps me and ask for protection from Breezy spell. I think
In my defense, when I shot him in the face, there was a giant spider on his face that was trying to eat his face.
And you made
And
it work.
it jumped out of the way, and I kind of hit it.
No, it didn't jump out of the way. It stared you down and you hit me in the nose. Like the one spot the spider wasn't touching. I don't even know how you managed that.
Look, it was.
Sounds very unfortunate.
It was. I'd never really fought that many things before at that time. I was a little inexperienced. It was things were happening. It was all very fast, and I missed, even though I was like 10 feet away.
So what I'm hearing is you missed at almost point blank. All right, noted, and note to self.
It happens, It's,
100%.
Breezy, yeah, in the top left corner, Breezy will remember this. Yeah, you just wait until you're first not one, man.
Oh, I already did it. Ian. You're my stealth check.
Yeah.
So, so have we decided on our course of action?
Well,
we
We don't have to head out to Mizorim right now. I mean, we just got back. I kind of want to rest. Like, I want to study the boat. I want to study the crystals. I got to write a lot of stuff. Is it okay if we just take like a little break? Like at least a few days?
I would say that you could take a small break would be understandable, all things considered. But just remember, time is of the essence when concerning with the venture down towards Malaysia Rock.
The house never sleeps. At least I don't.
This is
think
very
it will.
true.
Yeah, I don't sleep either.
We always have moving parts.
Racing.
I believe if we wait here for a day, at least
Well.
a day, I believe that could be ample time. We'll then depart. It would allow us a chance to seek shops, exchange goods,
Mhm.
gather new things before our upcoming
not-
adventures.
There's not a whole lot here, buddy. Might be able to find some ink, a couple little knickknacks, but there ain't a whole lot here.
The mention of ink, Lumia, doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
She
it was the
stay
harpy
quiet
lady.
and
The
doesn't
harpy
say
lady's the
anything.
one who sold the ink, right? Yeah.
Lumi doesn't say a word.
But remember,
She doesn't acknowledge the.
Well,
the-
last time she sold it to me, I gave her the box keeper. She just gave me all of it. So who knows if she'll have that same amount by now.
What did you give her for the ink?
The box of Q Fu from the Goblin Cave.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She
Was it
absolutely
not
took
that?
that.
Yeah, she gave me all. That's how we ended up with like 1,000 gold or like 10,000
Yep.
gold, however much it was.
No, it was
a
a
lot.
1,000. And
1,000.
Breezy's. I already mentioned Breezy used
Yeah.
it all while you were dead. So,
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
um,
Even if you had, I still would not have had enough to get everything.
oh yeah,
Dave's
Breezy needs
transferred.
way
Need a lot.
more. Yeah. She needs a lot of ink. But yeah, she's gonna point out like, there's really not. I think there was a little bookstore and they had a couple books, and then there was the harpy lady who had the ink, but she already gave us all of her ink, and well, I guess
Oh,
she may have made more.
She left town.
Ooh,
That makes sense.
how
Yeah,
unfortunate.
why did you?
Is her house vacant?
It is.
it's that one up there.
How?
She
You have to
emptied
be
the
careful.
place.
You have to be careful getting up there.
She was quite
You have
upset
to be
about
careful
something.
getting up there
You really? Why did you have to be careful?
because it's really steep and you can fall down the hill.
Jamroy's gonna look at Breezy and Deuce. All right, I turned a blind eye to it before, but what did you three do up there?
I didn't
What?
do anything.
There was
I said-
nothing that happened.
Roll a deception check, please.
I'm not lying.
No, you're not lying, but Deuce Strom absolutely is.
Everybody.
We matched it. Listen. You guys were running from the tower afterwards. Breezy somersaulted down the hill.
I tripped on my way out of the store and I spilled all of the ink out of the chest and it was embarrassing. Okay, I'm sorry.
I was watching from the blacksmith shop. Learned to lie better.
Actually, I did actually
You did
spill
trip.
the
That
ink
is
on
the
the ground
truth.
as part of the deception.
Yeah,
Yeah, Breezy fell on her way up there.
it's true. Those aspects
And
are
I think
true.
I did also, and then I
But
did also
something-
fall down the hill
Yes.
after I tripped again. Yes.
But yes,
Yeah, that hill did more damage to our party than like any
Yeah.
prior boss. Yeah.
That was
Uh,
a dangerous hill.
Well,
look, guys,
Well,
hills
I
are
can't-
dangerous.
I suppose I can't argue that, but I can say I know you three went there. And, Merlot and either of you two is trouble.
Oh,
Well, it doesn't matter. Willow's gone now.
So's the harpy.
Yeah, I said that's not surprising.
Why is it not surprising, Breezy?
Can
That's
I?
gonna be great. What's your response to that?
Oh, I mean, I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
Well,
Eric,
it's not
Just a
surprising
second, I
because
want to hear this.
you see,
Louis, just a sec.
when we were at
And I-
the
yeah,
store,
go for it.
I raided a large box, a draconic box, and I essentially wiped out her entire stock of magical
Stock.
inks.
Stuck.
So, in that case, she had nothing else to sell, so I'm assuming she must have maybe taken the case, known its true value, and moved it and sold its value, and has moved on to a larger town.
All right, what was that, Lumi?
Did she? Or
I will send you a wisp.
Okay.
Nah, she probably left
How
because
did
Merlot stole her egg.
My
There it is.
God!
Jim rolls
Wait.
in the spot
say,
and
say
shakes
what?
his head
Wait, what?
and go deuce. Next time, just tell me the truth.
I was not lying. I was not lying.
You did not give me the full truth either, and you were lying
Yeah.
about it's her leaving town because of some magical sale when she's lived here for 2,000 years.
We don't know why she left. I'm just assuming it's because of that.
It wasn't because of a sale of ink after 2,000 years. Just- well,
Out of curiosity, does anybody know how she created this magic ink?
No, she
No,
refused to teach
she
us.
wouldn't teach us.
Maybe
Maybe she left some notes there though.
She used mushrooms. She had a wet cave that she had a lot of mushrooms growing that she used to create ink, but the ins and outs of how it is done and created, she never really went into into it. And
The
she
reason
was-
I ask is I'm a bit of a gardener, and I'll touch on the alchemist side as well. So maybe if ink is of a question, if she has left some notes there, maybe there's a
I think-
chance that I could create some for you.
Oh, the
Yeah,
house
I
is
think,
up there if you want to go look.
Yeah,
Hey.
I mean, it's more like above the table. So it's like I think it's more of a question to Eric to an extent. Is Eric, are is it even possible to make ink? Because I know that like players creating ink and stuff. You might have something to say about that.
It's an extensive process that takes weeks and months. If you guys want to
what
stop
I
your
thought,
adventure
yeah.
to do so, we can do so. However, it is a time-intensive thing. There's a video on the internet on how ink was traditionally made, and I will try to find that for you. But it is the collection of soot, and then that goes through an aging process with animal fats. It's a massive
Yeah,
process.
This is what I was
Above
saying.
the,
so
above
like,
the table,
yeah.
did she leave a recipe up there that
She did not.
Nero
Maybe she wouldn't have. Yeah,
She probably wouldn't.
She
have,
took
yeah.
everything with her.
she took everything with her.
Yeah.
ever?
Well, not everything, but you know.
Everything she could have. Thank you, Deuce. I'm looking at you, Merlot.
I know he's there.
Well, I mean, let's all wander under the bridge now, because Merlot's gone. I know. I was gonna tell him to bring the egg back, or when we got back to Lostmore, I was actually gonna try to steal it,
God,
put it back,
why?
but
You
But-
just told them why.
Breezy, I have a question for you.
huh?
How would you feel if someone stole your child?
I'd be upset, but I told him not to, but he wouldn't listen to me. What am I supposed? He's like 6'2". What am I supposed to do? Wrestle him?
Tell me.
She shrugs. I mean,
So wait a minute.
we were.
Am I understanding this correctly? You guys had a previous party member that stole an egg from the lady that's up on the hill with the magic ink, and
Uh-huh.
then you were just going to try to give it back to her.
Well, I mean, that was my plan. I didn't think it was going to take that long to go into Akru. I thought we'd be back within a few days. And then, I was
And-
thinking, when we got back, I would steal the egg from Merlot because he was kind of absent-minded. He forgot about stuff. He was kind of impulsive. So I thought I would steal the egg and put it back, and then everything would be fine.
And,
But,
and now
no.
this party member is gone now, correct?
Yeah, he kind of disappeared.
What was the name of the harpy lady
I
for
don't
for
remember.
future?
I don't remember her name.
I do not remember either.
Mihir Vatsal. That was her name, let me say. It's Mihir Vatsal. She's a 2,000-year-old harpy enchantress that defended the very city of Akru from the hordes of the ground dwellers and whatever else assaulted the city. So, she was
Well,
the enchantress
hopefully,
of this commune.
hopefully, if we happen to cross paths with her down the road, I might be able to make her think otherwise, that you guys did that intentionally. Or maybe that the previous party member has fell for reasons of stealing the egg.
Well, you guys are saying that Merlot stole an egg, right? I know that eggs are expensive in this economy, but if we meet up with her, can't we just pay her gold for the egg?
It was her child.
Something tells me that it's not just a regular egg. It's like her kid. Yeah.
No, I don't think Breezy was there. Yeah, Breezy wasn't there, so she doesn't know about how heavily enchanted it was.
Mhm.
I think that was just Deus and
Yeah.
Merlot.
Right.
So
Yeah,
Breezy
there
just
was-
knows. Yeah,
There's a prismatic wall. Is that what it was? It was a
Mhm.
I
prismatic
think
wall?
so. Yeah.
That's what it was. Because I dispelled it.
Correct.
So Merlot could get in, grab it, and get out.
Oh, so you're an accomplice. Breezy doesn't know that. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Breezy doesn't know that. She just knows
Yeah,
that
I
Merlot
was an
stole it.
accomplice.
Yeah, she just knows that Merlot stole it, so she's blaming it all on Merlot.
Yeah, because I used detect magic, and that's what I originally detected upstairs. So when we left, I misty stepped onto the railing. I saw it. Told Merlot, he misty stepped as well up into there. I dispelled magic on the prismatic wall. He grabbed the egg. He then again misty stepped out all the way down the hill. I didn't have misty step again, so I just threw myself out the window to make it look like I tripped. And that's how I was able to deceive her. And we got away. That is
Oh my
all
God.
about the table.
Yo.
Days does not share that at all.
Yeah, Breezy's just blaming Merlot because she saw Merlot with the egg, so she just assumed he stole it completely by himself.
So all things considered, right now, going back in character. So I'm assuming we are all going to travel as a group at this point, correct?
Yeah. I mean, as opposed to traveling separately, yeah.
Yeah. More or less, do you guys accepting me as part of your party? I think it'd be prudent that I know all of your names, if that's acceptable, just for reasons down the road.
You guys now realize that Software never introduced you guys. She did not give out your information, and you might appreciate that fact.
We do, very much so.
Hero, did you not
Oh,
just
man.
tell us to be careful giving out our names?
I did. If you're going to give it, be very careful. However, I'm not asking you to give it. I'm asking you to just tell me what your name is.
My name
Well,
is Shisana Tomodachi, but you can call me Tomo.
Understood. Take it, Tomo.
They call me Jim Rodley Alderman, but you can call me Jimmy.
Pleasure to meet you, Tin Man. I'll call you
That works too.
Jimmy. Or Tin Man. We'll see. Whichever suits fitting.
Deus will look up and for a second he'll stare at him. Sends a hand. You may call me Deus Strom.
The Nero extend a hand and shake and say, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Deus Strom. My name is Nero."
This is a pleasure.
Huh. Well, if we're gonna do a heist, that means we need code names, right?
You could say that, yeah.
Ah. My friends call me Blizzard. Breezy makes up. No one has ever called her Blizzard before.
All right. So you would like me to call you Blizzard?
Well, No, that's not. That's my code name. My real name is Brizanthria Almahir. Oh shit! Wait, I shouldn't have said that. Wait. So wait. Are we giving out our names, or are we going by code names? This is important.
You're just telling me your name so that I would know what to call you. You're not giving anything.
I'm never calling you Blizzard ever, by the way.
I mean, that sounds really cool, right? Code name
That's
Blizzard.
not a bad code name.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Yeah. But no,
Very
my real name is Brizanthria. Brizanthria Almahir. And you know, she'll extend her hand and give him a handshake. Friendly handshake.
He would extend his and shake it back.
He said he's like what? He said he was like 6'2", or how tall was he?
No. He's 5. He's like 5'6". He's pretty
okay.
short.
Short.
Yeah, he's
king.
short.
Okay, gotcha.
He's small.
So he's almost eye level with her. So she shakes her hand. She says with a smile, "It's nice to meet you, Nero. Even though we met like an hour ago."
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance officially.
And as you look around the room, a fairy is missing.
Oh, where'd Lumi go?
And as we
Wasn't there a?
Go ahead.
Wasn't there another party member similar to a fairy run before? Where did she go?
That's Luminostra. Where'd she go? Breezy will look around for her. Like
probably causing trouble.
As the camera pans out the window, down the little path to a dark alleyway, we catch Luminostra. Just the camera catches Luminostra standing on the ground with a scrying circle.
Well, it should have used the cauldron.
The cauldron? Okay.
It is unfortunately her spell.
Understood.
Component. She needs to use a cauldron for that.
So, as you're using the cauldron, we find Luminostra bent over the cauldron with a little crystal that begins to swirl. And she utters a name. Merlot.
Yeah.
Luminostra, you will first, before seeing, you will hear. What an opportunity this is! And then your vision shifts to find Merlot drinking with a dragonborn.
Yep.
Oh God, that one.
Yeah, that one. I instantly recognized he was Basil or that guy when he made that voice. I was just like, God, yeah.
What an opportunity for a story. My goodness, man. The fact that you've been able to go and live such a wondrous life, to escape from an Ublex in the depths of a sky city. Oh, please tell me more about you, your friends, your adventures. Oh, to tell the stories of this to patrons in the future will be an epic opportunity. And Merlot will smile as he pours wine into a glass. Taking a sip, he makes himself comfortable and prepares to tell the story of how the party started the adventure in Nomrat. And that's where we're going to end for today. As Merlot will regale the Dragonborn with the entirety of the adventure over the next 8 hours, explaining in high detail who his friends were, all the information he has about them, and at the very, very end, we'll pull out a harpy's egg and put it on the counter.
Time to make an omelet.
So, guys, that's where we're going to end, having revealed what happened to Merlot. And we'll come back next week to begin the journey towards towards the new Sky City. Have a wonderful week, guys. Please stay safe. As always, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. Do watch the FY channel and Discord. We got some fun stuff coming up there. Those announcements do go up first on the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. If you know someone who wants to play in one of my games, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them. We do have a one-shot on Thursday that has one seat available. That ticket is available over at gmeric.com right on the front page. It's going to be a lighthearted one-shot with Nerd Holla. It's going to be a good time. Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful week. Stay safe, and we'll catch you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow evening for the Spirits End Fellowship as they are starting the final arc of their campaign to go face Vagrodan.